It's Lil Pac, baby, in the building.
The truth teller in the building.
The pressure bringer in the building.
If you rockin' with Pac,
Make some noise. Yeah, if you got your receipts,
put it on the floor.
if you got that truth,
Put it on the floor.
if you rockin' with Lil Pac,
Put it on the floor.
hey, 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 hey. One time for the realest, bitch. Two times for the coldest, bitch. Three times for the bossed up, bitch.
Fuck it up, fuck it up.
Yeah, that's Lil Pac, bitch.
One time for Lil Pac, baby.
Let's go.
Two times for Lil Pac, baby.
That's right.
Three times for Lil Pac, baby.
Burn up.
Fuck it up, fuck it up.
It's Lil Pac,
Baby.
walk in, whole room in a G-shift. Truth talk heavy, she don't ever miss. Stand on facts, yeah, she stand on 10. When Pac touch down, pressure step in. Spotlight glow when she hit that live. Whole chat lit when she drop that vibe. No fake love, only real ones roll. Lil Pac run the scene, that's how it goes. Clock that T receipts on sight. Drop one post on that ignite. Talk that truth, she don't play nice. Put it on the floor, expose that light. Go Lil Pac,
Go, go, Lil Pac, go, go,
go Lil Pac, go. Put it on the floor, Pac, put it on the floor. Time for the realest,
bitch.
two times for the coldest,
Bitch,
three times for the bossed up,
bitch. Fuck it up, fuck it up.
yeah, that's Lil Pac,
One time for Lil Pac, baby.
Hey, oh,
Two times for Lil Pac, baby.
that's right, oh,
Three times for Lil Pac, baby.
turn up,
Fuck it up, fuck it up.
it's Lil Pac, baby. Truth in her voice, yeah, the crowd gon' lean. When she clock them receipts, know she mean what she mean. No cap stories, she dismantle the fake. Every live she hit, make the whole chat shake. From the boot energy to worldwide view. Lil Pac, baby, got nothing to prove. Stand tall, crown never tilt. Pressure too heavy, whole lane get built. Put it on the floor, 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 put it on the floor. Go Lil Pac, go Lil Pac, go. Receipts on the floor,
Let's go. One time for Lil Pac, baby. Two times for Lil Pac, baby.
that's right,
Three times for Lil Pac, baby.
turn up.
Fuck it up, fuck it up. It's Lil Pac, baby.
If you want some weird shit, stay away. Stay away from me. Period.
No weapon should profit.
No weapon form is going to prosper.
No weapon farm is gonna profit. Thank you, Pastor.
And another thing, if you coming with that drama and that negativity, you know what's going on. Stop playing.
Hold up, hold up.
Hold up.
It's Lil Pac, baby, in the building.
The truth teller in the building.
The pressure bringer in the building.
If you rockin' with Pac,
Make some noise. Yeah, if you got your receipts,
put it on the floor.
if you got that truth,
Put it on the floor.
if you rockin' with Lil Pac,
Put it on the floor.
hey, 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 hey. One time for the realest, bitch. Two times for the coldest, bitch. Three times for the bossed up, bitch.
Fuck it up, fuck it up.
Yeah, that's Lil Pac, bitch.
One time for Lil Pac, baby.
Let's go.
Two times for Lil Pac, baby.
That's right.
Three times for Lil Pac, baby.
Burn up.
Fuck it up, fuck it up.
It's Lil Pac,
Baby.
walk in, whole room in a G-shift. Truth talk heavy, she don't ever miss. Stand on facts, yeah, she stand on 10. When Pac touch down, pressure step in. Spotlight glow when she hit that live. Whole chat lit when she drop that vibe. No fake love, only real ones roll. Lil Pac run the scene, that's how it goes. Clock that T receipts on sight. Drop one post on that ignite. Talk that truth, she don't play nice. Put it on the floor, expose that light. Go Lil Pac,
Go, go, Lil Pac, go, go, Lil Pac, go.
put it on the floor, Pac, put it on the floor. Time for the realest,
Bitch,
two times for the coldest,
bitch,
three times for the bossed up,
bitch. Fuck it up, fuck it up.
yeah, that's Lil Pac,
One time for Lil Pac, baby.
hey, oh,
Two times for Lil Pac, baby.
that's right, oh,
Three times for Lil Pac, baby.
turn up,
Fuck it up, fuck it up.
it's Lil Pac, baby. her voice, yeah, the crowd gon' lean. When she clock them receipts, know she mean what she mean. No cap stories, she dismantle the fake. Every life she hit, make the whole chat shake. From the boot energy to worldwide view. Lupac, baby, got nothing to prove. Stand tall, crown never tilt. Pressure too heavy, whole lane get built. Put it on the floor, 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 put it on the floor. Go Lupac, go Lupac, go. Receipts on the floor, let's go.
One time for Lupac, babe. Two time for Lupac, babe.
That's right,
Three time for Lupac, babe.
turn up.
Fuck it up, it's Lupac, baby.
If you want some weird shit, stay away. Stay away from me. Period.
Hey y'all, happy Tuesday. What is up, everybody? Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for being tuned in on this good old Tuesday, baby. Sorry I'm a little late, y'all. I had a doctor's appointment this morning. I wanted to go live a little earlier, but I just got back home from my appointment. So we here now, y'all. We here now. I see a lot of people are covering this trial. I went down my timeline, yeah, and it's a whole lot of blogs that's covering this trial, y'all. So we gonna, get into it and give our little one too. We gonna see what it's hitting for. We're gonna start off with the testimony of the chef because I think after opening statements, that was the first thing that was heard. Let me see who we got in here per y'all request yesterday. We are covering this trial, baby. Okay. Shout out to y'all. And I think I'm gonna go to TikTok next. I didn't get a chance to do a live last night, y'all, because I didn't realize how late it was. And then I had forgot I had that doctor's appointment this morning, child. So yeah, that's why I didn't do it last night. But I think I'm gonna go there next. Hey, Miss Rebecca. Hey, Am. Hey, Scorpio. Miss Renee. We got Miss Beverly. We got Miss Debbie, my bro Terry, of course. Thank you for the copyright and fair use. We definitely need it because we're gonna play some commentary. We're gonna play a video. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as a criticism, comment, news report, and teaching scholarship and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you for that. Hey, Lexus, you said Stefon did it and he done more than that. I don't know. Now, what I will say is, after looking at different things, a lot of people really don't like his character and how he treat people. Now, I can't say that from personal experience because I don't know him, but I do see a lot of people talking about, how he is overall. But I've also seen people saying that they think that the chef is, it's a money grab because she didn't got caught up on the stand already. So we gonna see what it's hitting for. It's kind of given the Diddy situation, y'all. Y'all know how where you could be guilty of a lot of shit, but then be innocent of the thing they actually got you up there for. So we gonna see. We're gonna see what happens, y'all. We're gonna see what happens. Hey, Taisha. Who else? Let me see. Let me go down. And I think I might go over to bring this topic over to TikTok also. I think we're gonna continue it over there, and people will be able to come up on the panel with me. Hey, CSBSN. Hey, Miss Diggs. Hey, Scorpio. Miss Dee. We got Miss Weber, Miss Mercedes, Miss Phyllis. Thank you, Miss Phyllis, for that cash out blessing you sent me before I came live. I appreciate the support. Miss Angela D. We got Miss Demetria. Who else in here? Let me go down. Thank you, Terry, for that super, my love. Let me see. Did I miss anybody? Hold on, y'all. You said, Lupac, how long your intro? It's like 3 minutes and 18 seconds, but I played it twice because I was trying to, get everything together, and I had to use the restroom, so that's why I played twice. He played twice because I was trying to hurry up and get up in here and give me something to drink. I ain't got no coffee. I got some water today. So that's why y'all heard it twice. But I wanted to hurry up and get on the live. I didn't want to be too late. That's why I ran the intro. Hey, girl 6565. Hey, Miss Beverly. Hey, Goddess. Who else in here? Let's see. Miss Angela B. We got you say I believe Stefon is innocent next. Hey lady in flight. Hey Kimberly W. Hey Miss Veronica. We gonna see y'all. Who else? Who else? Let me see. Sweetly favored. We got, I think that's it. Shout out to everybody that's in here and a collective hey to anybody else that comes in and joins us once we're actually in the commentary. If you would like to donate to me monetarily, you can cash at me $sign Lupac2. You can also buy me a coffee. Shout out to my people that support that app. You can also support the platform by getting a super chat or super sticker. I always set a little goal. It ain't much, it ain't mandatory, but it's greatly, greatly appreciated because it contributes to the revenue of this particular live stream. You can also support me by getting a membership. Shout out to the green team. Y'all know who y'all are. Well, damn, I didn't forgot my disclaimer, y'all. Make sure y'all watching them ads. Make sure y'all watching them ads. And please run the likes up, y'all. Please hit that like button. It's free and it helps us get further into the algorithm. Yeah, that's what we need, especially when we giving y'all different commentary, something y'all not used to. Like, if it's not saga related, y'all have to hit that like button so that we can push our new content into the algorithm. Okay. Now I had a supporter. I gotta say this, and this is no disrespect. I'm not singling you out, which is why I'm not gonna say your name. Because I did have a supporter that commented in my comments last night and said that it's kind of manipulative, or what did she say, child? Something about me manipulating y'all into hitting the like button. Nah, I don't feel like I do that. But she said I play my intro, or I'll, basically threaten to play my intro, but I've never done that. So I thought she probably had me confused on that part, because I'm like, when have I ever stopped the live mid live to play the intro for people to hit the like button? I've never done it. But even if I was to do that, like, that's a small ask. At the end of the day, I understand the supporters' frustration, but we as content creators slash bloggers have frustrations as well, because we take time out of our day to actually do content. Yes, this is a job. Yes, we get paid, but it's, y'all, and this is me being transparent, and they got a few other bloggers that's in the chat that can attest to this. Everything helps our platform. Not just, Google AdSense pays us, when it comes to the ads, but if people not watching the ads, we're not making much off of ads. Super chats help, cash apps help. When you hit the like button, it helps push us into the algorithm so more people can see our content. So when you hear us saying those things or giving disclaimers, that's because this is a business. This is a business. So if anybody is frustrated or aggravated or feel like it's manipulative when we repeat our disclaimer, then I don't know what to say, because this is a business. Nobody can work for free. I'm pretty sure most of y'all are on the job, how y'all feed y'all family right now. So we have to consider that also when it comes to content creators and bloggers as well. It's a work day. It's a work week. If I'm not on here, if I could be baking, I could be cooking, I'm a chef. It's a lot of things I could be doing, but I also enjoy doing this as well, because I look at you guys as second family. Even though it is a business, we still have a bond. So I was a little kind of surprised that that supporter put that comment, because yeah, we gonna say that. We're gonna say hit the like button all throughout the live, because not, and it's more so not for the supporters. When we are saying that, it's more so for the trolls, or the majority that come in and watch the content without contributing as far as hitting the like button, and that's free. That's free. Like, it don't cost nothing to hit the like button. Even when it comes to us setting goals, I know most, like for myself, I set a goal. Based on, I try to give myself a goal based on a certain amount I want to make on a live stream. And that's with average on ad revenue as well. So, I run my platform like a business, like most bloggers. I don't know too many people on here that's actually doing it for the free. Like, come on now, taking time out their day when they could be working or anything else, spending time with their family. It's entertainment. entertainment news, messy news, whatever you want to call it. So I was a little taken aback by that comment. And like I say, it's no disrespect, but we share frustration also. So it's an equal thing. It's an equal opportunity playing field, baby. But anyways, y'all, I just had to say that because I'm like, I'm not trying to manipulate nobody into hitting the like button, but if you always over here watching the content, the like button is free. Now I can understand the goal, which is why I always say it's not mandatory to support the goal, but I know for a fact myself, I get new supporters every live stream. Every time I go live, new people, if y'all notice, I call them out. If it's a name I'm not familiar with, I'll be like, oh, we got a new supporter or whatever. And that's why I give my disclaimer or, periodically throughout the live, I'll say hit the like button, support the goal, because a lot of people don't even know a goal exists. They don't even know what that is, or they don't know where it's at. Prime example, the person who said that asked me where the goal was. So that's why we do that. Well, at least that's why I do that. I can't speak for everybody else, but it is what it is. Just like if you go to a restaurant, you tip your hostess, you tip the person that's serving you. So it's kind of like the same thing, providing they getting paid via, they might be making 350 an hour and then the rest of it is coming from their tips. It's kind of the same thing when it comes to creating content, especially if you're a small platform. I don't have a big platform. I'm not making 100,000 views on a video to where the ad revenue can suffice. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the same thing, y'all. So that's why you'll hear the smaller platforms encouraging their supporters to support the goal more, because we don't have big platforms yet. We're not making big bank off of 10K and up viewerships on videos and live streams. We literally make our coin off of a collective effort. The ad revenue, the super chats, the cash apps, is collective when you are a smaller content creator. But that's why you also see the bigger bloggers who getting 100K or 30 to 50K on a video or a live, not really asking for it. And I've seen even the bigger bloggers ask for their supporters to support them via super chats, and they getting the views. So it's kind of the same thing, but it's not, and I also pour back into my supporters as well. I have to say that also. So it's not like a greed type of situation. I appreciate the 99-cent super chat just like I do the $99 super chat, because you still taking time, you coming out your pocket, and you don't have to. You don't have to. So the appreciation is all across the board, y'all. Please don't ever get it twisted. If you know my character, if you know my heart, then you know what it is. Okay? I love y'all down. I just had to say that because I didn't want to single the supporter out that made that comment, but I also wanted to explain, and I feel like I could explain it more on the live than actually in the comments. So y'all know what it is. If you've been rocking with me for a while, then you know what time it is. Okay? Now we can get into the content, y'all. All right. Shout out to everybody coming in. I see we done got a few people that then came in since I gave that little disclaimer. Thank you, Lady and Fly. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you. And thank you to, hold on, I got another one. Shout out to Miss Angela for being a member for 14 months. And thank you, Miss Angela. I appreciate you also. I'm gonna try to give y'all a members live tonight as well. I've been trying to do at least one or two members lives a week, because my memberships have been growing. So the more and more my memberships grow, the more and more live streams I'm gonna give over there, y'all. So I'm gonna move to TikTok after this one, and then you will do a nightcap on members later tonight, because we gotta talk about some stuff, y'all. We got some stuff to talk about over there. Thank you, Terry, bro. All right, y'all. So I actually found let me see, a video. Let me pull it up. Is the actual testimony of the chef. So we're gonna break that down first. I don't know what's going on in court right now because I wanted to watch it in real time with y'all. So I said, and we'll go over it together. All right, so let me pull it up. Let's see. Let me pull it up. Hold on, y'all. Let me find it. Oh, and y'all, I found out what's going on with 50. Well, kind of found out, but I gotta watch the video because they had a blogger who did a video on it, and it says 50 Cent breaking news. 50 Cent pleads guilty to domestic V, and apparently, wait, no, it says 50 Cent pleads guilty to vandalism in domestic V case with ex girlfriend. Apparently, she's suing him for yeah. 20 mil or more. So it's Daphne Joy, the one that was in the midst of the Diddy trial, y'all. That is, what did they call her on there? She had an alias name. Dang, I forgot. But she's suing him, y'all. I don't know. We're gonna have to do a live on that too, because I don't know how it went from him suing her, because he was suing her for $1 million, because apparently, no, I take that back. I think that was the first baby mama. Daphne is the second baby mama. So he got court stuff going on with both baby mamas, y'all, which is crazy. It's giving RA to them, okay? RA to Lawyer and Tadell. But he got court stuff going on where it's money in the midst. Of course, you know, anytime money is involved, baby, everybody want a piece of the pie. But I think Daphne is suing him for a large lump sum of millions. So we're gonna probably do a live on that too once I get a little bit more details. Thank you, Cancer 66. I'm trying to find it, y'all. I pulled up the video earlier. Where is it? Because it was on a news station. I know I pulled it up. I don't think I took it. Did I take it out of my watch history? Hold up, y'all. Let's see. Okay, Met Gala. Well, I did screenshot it, so I probably can find it fast. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. All right, where you at? Okay, wait, no, that's not it. Where is it? All right, CBS Boston. All right, let me put them in. CBS Boston. Prosecution rest. Okay, here you go. Wait, which one is it? Tense cross examination of Stefon Diggs' accuser at trial. So this one of them is full testimony of Stefon Diggs' accuser and formal. I wonder which one we should do. Oh, this one is from today. So all right, let me show y'all what I'm looking at so y'all can see it also. Okay, let me put my earphones on so we can get into it. She spoke again today, y'all. So what we gonna do is we'll play a little bit of what she spoke on today. I mean, what she spoke on yesterday, and then we'll play a little bit of what she spoke on today. That way, you know, it's not dragged out, because this live right here, this video is over 2 hours long. So in order to break down a 2-hour live and longer, we'll be on here for about 5 hours, child. We ain't got that type of time. All right, let's see if we can get to the good part.
We met in.
Okay, so we on the good part. We gonna kind of skim through it, y'all, just to kind of get the basis of it, and then we'll go to her cross examination from today. And y'all know how this go. Anytime you are doing content or reaction to another channel's live stream, you have to stop, pause, give reaction so that you don't get hit with reuse of content or copyright. So if y'all want to see it in its entirety, there are plenty channels that play the whole thing through and through without interruption. But I have to give reaction to it for fair use. All right, let go. Let's start it off.
December 22 through Instagram message. He first wanted me to cook for him.
And
oh, and let me give a little backstory too for the ones that's not familiar with what's going on here. Stefon Diggs, as most of you guys know, is he played for he played professional football. I forgot, I think the Patriots, if I'm not mistaken. He has a baby with child, he got like 7 or 8 baby mamas. I think they saying he got a ninth one now. I'm not sure. Allegedly, we're gonna put allegedly, but it's a lot of them. Cardi B being one of them. Cardi B's 4th child is with Stefon. You know, they was in a relationship for a good little minute, but Cardi left his arse because he was doing a whole lot of cheating. Okay, he was doing a whole lot, baby. Which I don't understand that connection from Jump Street because he been who he is. It ain't just start when they got together. He was getting caught up constantly in the blogs well before they even popped out. So that was kind of confusing. But this lady right here, y'all, is Mila. I think her name is Mila or Mila, something like that. She was his chef. She was his live-in chef. They said she was getting paid like $2,000 a week to be his chef and, live in his home or whatever. And apparently they had some type of, it became actual, right? It went from professional. Well, it started out personal. The personal was in the midst of the professional, which is a bad, bad decision in any type of situation when you mix business with pleasure. I'm pretty sure most of y'all know that, but they mix business with pleasure. Okay. And he's not a monogamous type of guy. He deals and dabbles with whoever he chooses to, basically. Because even it's even been alleged that he was dealing with multiple of his employees, allegedly. Okay. Her not being the only one. They even said that he was dealing with his assistant, allegedly. That's gonna be mentioned. But they ended up having some mess got started behind a Miami trip, y'all. And she alleged that he came into the room and he put hands on her, 2-piece and a biscuit, and put his hands around her neck. I ain't gonna say, we're gonna just say rangulation. Okay. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And now she's suing him for that. Okay. All right. So let's go. I just wanted to give a little backstory.
Today?
Yes.
And could you identify him through, I see you're pointing at someone, but can you describe him just because we have to have everything on the record? You describe him either clothing he's wearing or hairstyle, anything like that?
Blue shirt and blue tie and blue suit.
Your Honor, may the record reflect that this witness is identified the defendant as Mr. Stefon Diggs?
It will reflect that identification.
Thank you. Over those 4 or so years, how would you characterize your relationship with Mr. Diggs?
I would say it's complicated. We had it started out as friends. It started out as friends, became sexual, and we would meet up, hang out, and we decided I would come work for him like February of 2025.
So you said February 2025, you and he talked about you working for him?
Yes.
And that's as a private chef?
Yes.
What were the sort of terms of your employment? Like were you going to be living with him?
Yes.
And how many meals or what was it like working for him?
Can you say that again?
Yeah, yes. So as far as your employment goes, what were your duties working as a Mr. Diggs private chef?
My duties were to make all his meals, his snacks, basically get him healthy. That was the start of our initially hiring me. He was coming back. It was his comeback year. And I wanted to help him get healthy, to eat better too.
So how does it, do you create a menu? Does he just tell you what he wants?
I'm skilled with recovery. So I knew what it would take to get him, help him get healthy and stay healthy. To help him change his diet. So it was more so like diet change would be the focus, and just overall help.
And did you would you cook just for him or for other people as well?
Yes. I would cook for whoever was in the house.
And I know you mentioned earlier your breakfast. Is that the sort of standard? Was it every day breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then?
Yes, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks.
And how much did you get paid for this?
We agreed on $2,000 a week.
And how did you get paid?
Finance office would pay me.
So you said that you, while this was staying in his house, right?
Yes.
Where was this house?
7 Schoolmasters Lane,
In what town?
Dedham.
And could you describe this house? What was it? It was a single family home.
I'm just listening and I'm like, I don't understand why. Like we see this so often. So it's like who do you place accountability on? Do you place it on the celebrity? Do you place it on the regular person or do you place it on both? Like because this happens all too well. You know what I'm saying? Situations like this don't really happen to regular people. Anytime you got a little coin, baby, it don't child, you could step on a toe in the store and they coming for your bag. Okay? I don't know. I kind of frown upon stuff like this, and now I see why a lot of people don't be. Now, this is not to excuse. You don't get a right to do anything or to assault people just because you got a little money. I'm not saying that, y'all. I'm just saying like you would think that the ones with the bag would be way more careful in how they move because it's not like this is the first. This happens so often. Like Cardi B was just in court with the girl who lied and said that Cardi assaulted her in a club or something like that, and Cardi actually won the case. But it's something that happens on a regular, and it's like, damn, like what? Child, they be wanting to look coin, baby, but I feel like why was you living with this man? I get that, of course, a lot of times, these celebrities have staff and stuff like that, but they both need to be accountable when it comes to mixing business with pleasure. I feel like that was a bad idea. Even once she should have never moved in there because their actual personal stuff became personal long before she moved in, right? And she even knew that he had other women. Like that wasn't no secret. He had all them damn baby mamas. Well, he got all them baby mamas. Even Cardi. Even the Cardi situation. So it's like, why you knew that was messy because you moved in with this man knowing y'all had an actual relationship, knowing he had other affairs going on. Like it was just the whole situation was just messy. Like you should have known something was gonna happen. Not saying she should have known he was gonna assault her, but I'm just saying, y'all. Anytime you put yourself in that type of situation, regardless, knowing how messy it is, knowing other women is involved, you got to know something bad might happen. You got to know. Okay. All right. Let's play some more. Kind of want to skim through.
Was it an apartment? Was it
Oh, it was a single family home's house.
And how many floors was it?
Basement, middle floor, a landing, and then top floor. So 3 floors.
And so where was the kitchen?
In the kitchen.
Was downstairs on the floor you come into the house on. So the first floor.
And that's where you did your chefing, cooking, baking. I don't know.
Yes, where I did my cooking.
Yes.
Yes.
And where did you stay in that house?
I stayed on the top floor.
And where was it in the house?
It was up the landing, all the way to the back, and it was over the kitchen.
And was this a single bedroom that you had? Was it a suite? What was it?
A single bedroom with a full bathroom.
With a full bathroom. Was the bathroom off of the bedroom?
It's the bedroom, and then you walk back into the bathroom.
So
it was in my room.
Okay, so the entrance to the bathroom wasn't in the hallway; it was in the bedroom.
Yes.
Okay. And where was Mr. Diggs? Where was his bedroom?
Up the first landing.
Okay, so you said that there was the floor you come in on, a landing, and then
Mr. Diggs' room.
Mr. Diggs was on the landing?
Yes.
Okay. How long were you there in that house?
From July 2025, July 20th, 21st. I can't remember the exact date right now. To December the 15th.
And during that time, who was at the house with you?
Mr. Diggs, his friends.
Did he have other staff that lived there, or was it just?
No, it was just I was just living there. He had friends that basically lived there.
Okay. And while you were living there, was it a kind of regular schedule or thing? How did that work?
Yes, he gets a different schedule by the week, but it would change by the day sometimes. Sometimes he would have to go in later or earlier. So I will often ask at night what time you have to be at work, so I can have breakfast prepared for him to take.
Turning your attention now to November. Around November, did any sort of friction occur between members of his staff?
Yes.
And what was that?
Friction. Say that again. Friction.
Was there any sort of maybe I should say this. What, if anything, happened near the end of November?
Yes. A Instagram DM message was sent to his child's mother's friend, and this message was stating that I was telling his personal business of women that he was sleeping with that worked with us, that worked with me, and yeah.
And so,
as far as I can remember what that message said.
And how did this create friction within the people working for Mr. Diggs?
I was confronted by Mr. Diggs if I said these things, but it had already been Mr. Diggs had a.
And I feel like that's where he messed up because, first of all, you got this lady living in your home, right? And y'all having actual relations, plus she's your chef, and you know you having actual relations with other women as well. He should have had her sign an NDA. One, all celebrities need to have people around them, and that's for the protection of the celebrity, right? Because people talk, baby. People want a coin. People go to blogs. People go to podcasts. They do their own personal interviews on social media. You can't put nothing past nobody when you got that type of money. So that's where he went wrong. Even, if he did allegedly assault her, he should have had something in place to where she couldn't go back and tell people, what was going on in his home without legal ramifications. But that's on his body. He got to take accountability for that part, right? So I don't know how true that is, but she's basically saying that somebody went back, or one of his child's mother friend went back and said that she was telling, what was going on in his home. I guess amongst the two, but most women do that. Like, they talk to their homegirl or their friend about their love affairs. But a lot of women do that. That's not uncommon. But like I said, somebody should have advised him to protect himself. You don't know this, you don't know this woman like to know her. You got her in your home. Your home. That's supposed to be anybody's safe haven. All right, let's keep going.
Ongoing sexual relationship with Lindsay Bolin, and this person, she didn't like me, that fact that I was in the house.
So you mentioned Lindsay Bolin. Who's that person?
Lindsay Bolin, it works for Mr. Diggs.
And how? What does she do?
I can't quite answer that. I just know he provides housing,
But
taser.
she's someone who
I don't know.
works for him.
Yeah, she works for him.
Lindsey Bolin, I think I'm saying it right, is allegedly his assistant, y'all. So what she's saying here is that apparently him and Lindsey Bolin had actual relations also. And she's saying that Lindsey didn't like her. The only reason why she wouldn't like her is because she was in the know of their actual relations. It's like catty women stuff. Okay, so apparently Lindsay was always at the house too. And maybe Lindsay went back and said some shit that she was saying. I don't know. But yeah, it was some back and forth between her and Lindsay, which is common. But if and that's what's so crazy to me. Like these are all grown people. And y'all, it's not like it's a secret. If the world knows that Stefon Diggs has multiple actual relationships that are intercepting, they gotta know too. So it's like, are y'all literally just walking yourselves into it in delusion, in a state of delusion, or what? Like, what's really going on here? Because ain't no way in hell I'm finna even deal with a man that got 7, 8 baby mamas. I don't care how rich you are. That ain't gonna ever happen. I listen, ain't no dollar worth it, baby. But and I listen, if I am, I'm definitely not finna give him a child. Okay, I'll make sure that thing is locked down because I'm not finna be number 9 or number 10, whatever number he owns. It gonna be some fun and that's it, just to get a little coin out of him, but that's it. But they all knew about everybody knew about everybody basically for the most part. Most of those baby mamas, from my understanding, get along, right? So it's like, child, y'all really beefing over this man? Really? In real life?
And so
Exactly,
you and,
Tanaya.
Lindsay get into any sort of argument, or you mean, or?
We didn't get in. We got in an argument after Mr. Diggs confronted me. She sent me a message first, per his instruction, and called me a name. Excuse my language, guys. A bitch, and she just went on and on and on in this message about me.
Objection, Your Honor. Maybe we heard it side by.
Yeah.
What's going on? Hold on, y'all. Let's see.
The whole staff was supposed to go there, yes.
And you said the whole staff.
I wasn't finished on that last question.
That's fine, but I'm asking questions now.
Okay.
Oh.
So at some point, members of his staff were supposed to go down to Miami, right?
Yes.
When you said the whole staff, how many people was this?
His assistant, myself.
Okay, y'all notice how he said who was supposed to go down to Miami, right? She say his assistant, myself. But notice when the lawyer asked her who Lindsay was, she said she didn't know. Like he asked her what she do, like what's her position. She was like she didn't know. I don't know who she is, but you know that's his assistant. So that was just something small I caught. Y'all know I'm very observant, but it's finna get good, y'all. And if y'all watched, Tasha K did an interview. If y'all familiar with the what is his name? Something Blake. I can't remember the first name, but it's something Blake, right? It's this guy that was cool with Stefon for a number of years, and the guy is actually suing Stefon also for allegedly trying to rape or assault him as well, right? And giving him some type of date grape rugs. And the guy said that, you know, he would frequent or stay to Stefon's house a lot or be over there a lot, right? At one point, I think he even lived there. And he said that Stefon would have women in every room of his house, allegedly. And a lot of them would be foreign, and they could barely speak English. Like they had, or even if one did, it was like real broken. And it was for his pleasure, right? Like they said, he has a very, very strong sexual appetite, allegedly. So the Blake guy said that he would have women in every room, child. And it get up there like a regular party house. Okay. So I was kind of conflicted because I'm like, hmm, she was staying there in the midst of all of this. Like, girl, what was you really doing over there? Because that's a lot. And not to mention his actual women, like his baby mamas or who he's with at the time in that moment. Even though I know, him and Cardi was together for a little hot minute, but Cardi had her own house. But it makes you wonder, like, was she into some of this stuff too, or what was going on, baby? Because yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, y'all. I advise y'all, if y'all got Tasha K live.com, Chris Blake, go back and watch that Chris Blake interview. Okay, listen, it's real messy. Go watch it. All right, let's go some more.
And his friends. It was him.
And did you end up going down to Miami?
No.
And why is that?
Mr. Diggs told me that I couldn't go because me and her had an issue from November 26th issue.
You want to maybe proceed with that question?
They so petty for that. Look how they put the camera on them. Ah, ah, I am weak, baby.
All right, jurors, at this point, we are.
And y'all, he got a lot riding on this trial. As you all might know, he was dropped from the Patriots a couple weeks ago. And Cardi left him. He got a lot, his life is kind of in the toilet right now. But he has a lot riding on his trial because he is in the midst of being picked up by another team. But I think it's from what I heard, contingent upon if he beats this case. Okay? I think that's the details of it. Like they ain't nothing solidified yet, but they want to see what happens with this case because once you convicted, you convicted, baby. And he could very well get some time if he's convicted. If you want my honest opinion, I personally don't feel like he's gonna get convicted because, like I said, from what I'm hearing, they didn't stumble old girl up on the stand already, child. So yeah, that's real interesting. All right, let's play some more. Hold on, y'all.
Approaching the luncheon recess, so I am going to release you to the lunch break. We will resume in about an hour, just about 5:02. I want to remind you that you are not to discuss this case with anyone, not on social media, not even amongst yourself, no family, friends, nothing about this case is to be discussed while this matter is still pending. Instructions earlier about that. I want to remind you as well now, and you should have your lunch waiting for you.
All right, jurors, can step down this way, please.
Ms. Adams, can I now turn your attention towards the date of December 2nd?
Yes.
Were you still employed by Mr. Diggs at this time?
Yes.
And where were you on December 2nd?
I was in the house, 7 schoolmasters.
Gotcha. And that day, what were you doing that day?
I woke up in the morning, prepared breakfast. Mr. Diggs came downstairs. He asked me what was I doing for the week. And I asked him, oh, so you weren't going to tell me that I wasn't able to come to Art Basel? And he explained why. And it was because of the situation with me and the other coworker, Lindsay Bolin. And I was upset with him, not upset at the fact I couldn't go to Art Basel. Me and him have a relationship for over 4.5 years. He could have told me weeks ahead of time because me and his girlfriend, Cardi B, we were talking about having like outfits and stuff. It was like a whole thing being planned, and he just waited till the last day. So I was more upset with him not letting me know I wasn't going to come like at an earlier time.
And at some point during the stay, were you alone in your bedroom?
Yes.
And do you know around when this was?
It was in the, like around 3 afternoon, 3-ish.
When you're in your bedroom by yourself, what, if anything, were you doing?
I was sitting on the bed, laying across the bed. I had my laptop, reading a cookbook, actually.
And were you communicating with any people at this point?
I received a text from Anna, was one of his friends.
Did you receive any text or send any text to Mr. Diggs?
No, the morning text. That was in the morning. We had went back and forth.
So you had some previous texts in the morning?
Yes.
Let's go. You're in the bedroom. What happens next?
I was in the bedroom. Mr. Diggs came into my room. I was laying across the bed. He came into my room.
When you were in the bedroom, was the door closed?
Yes, the door was closed.
So when he came in, did he open the door?
Yes, he opened the door.
Did he leave it open after him?
No, he closed the door behind him.
And you said you were on the bed?
Yes, I was laying across the bed.
About how far away were you from the door?
About 4 or 5 feet, something like that.
So he comes in, closes the door behind him. What happens next?
He asked me to come here. He walked across the room and like leaned back on the dresser.
Okay, and just to give a kind of a sense, where's the dresser in the room in relation to like the door and?
Across the room, alongside the bathroom door.
Okay, so about how far away from the front door is the dresser?
What, 8 feet? I don't know them. A nice amount of feet.
Okay, so some amount of distance from it. You said he leans against the dresser?
Yes.
Are you still on the bed at this point?
I'm still on the bed at this point.
What happens?
He comes in, he looks very angry. He was upset from the text exchange we were having. And in that text exchange, he was calling me bitches and he was just very upset.
But what happened in that room?
He came in and he with intent to hurt me.
No. What? Not his intent or anything. What actually happened?
He was leaning against the dresser. He asked me to get up to come here. I got up off the bed and I came across to him and I stood in front of him, like I stood on the side of him because he was leaning back. I stood on the side of him and he was like, "What was all that shit you was talking?"
And then what happened?
And I was beginning to say, "You said," and I couldn't finish my statement and he smacked me.
So when you say he smacked
you.
He
smacked me with an open hand.
Do you know which hand he used?
Right hand, right side of my face.
Do you know which part of your face got hit?
The right side of my face.
And I know you're putting your hand against your cheek. Is it your cheek that got hit?
It was my cheek that got hit.
About how far away from you were you from him when that happened?
I was at the end of the dresser.
And where was he?
He was in in front of my other side of the dresser.
So about how much space was in between you?
Maybe 3 feet, 4 feet.
So you said that he smacked you. I want to use the word. Did you say smack or slap? I don't know what the word was.
Smack.
So he smacked you,
yeah.
And then what happened?
I went to try to block him, push him like this, stop him. So
again, I see you're pushing your hands out.
I pushed up. He's way taller than me. I pushed up for him.
How tall are you?
4'11", 5 feet.
And how tall is he? Do you know?
6 feet, 6'1".
So you said you pushed out and you made a motion with your hands. So does that mean you pushed with your hands?
Yes.
Around what, like his stomach, his chest, his shoulders?
Up to block his hands.
Okay. And then what happened?
And then he Can I have a second?
Yes, you can.
sorry. When I went up to push his hand, like block him, block him, he took his arm and he like came around my neck with the grip of his elbow around my neck, and he began to choke me, pressure on my neck with his elbow.
So you said you pushed against him, and then he put his arm around your neck?
Yes.
Do you know, were you facing away from him?
I was facing him.
You were facing him, he put his arm around your neck?
Yes, he like spun me around.
He spun you around?
Yeah, like I will have to show you more so than I can describe it.
Describe it as best you can.
Y'all, my bad, y'all. I had y'all on mute because my attorney had called me, child. And we was talking about some stuff, some business. But I don't even know what she was crying for because I had to mute it while I was talking to him. So y'all let me know what she just said because I don't want to rewind it because I know y'all didn't heard it. But why was she just crying? And then we're going to go from there because I ain't even hear that part. All right, let's go. But just tell me in the chat.
I was standing in front of him. When he slapped me, I went to like try to hit him back.
Oh, she's talking about the situation.
And then it was like he tackled me. Like got me to try to keep from pushing him or protecting myself. And he put his arm around my neck like this, and he was choking me.
So you ended up in a position where his forearm or bicep was around your neck.
Yes.
And you said he choked you. What exactly did he put pressure on your neck?
Yes, he put pressure on me.
And were you able to breathe?
At first, and it kept getting tighter.
So were you able to breathe?
No.
About how long were you in this position?
I would say roughly I can't recall the amount of time. I just know it went from the edge where we were in front of the dresser to the side of the bed to him falling on top of me on the bed.
So about how far of a distance is that?
About maybe 4 or 5 feet, something like that, 5, 6 feet.
At some point, did he let you go?
Yeah, he let me go. When we got to the side of the bed, I was pushing back. I started to do a move that I saw off of social media. He said to me, that shit is not going to work.
So you say you tried to do
There
a
was
move.
a defensive move where you try to put your hands underneath the person that's trying to choke you. It's like something I saw on a women defensive page or something. And he said that shit you see on Instagram is not going to work. And that's when he got tighter. Like the more I was trying to put his hand, he got tighter.
And then what happened?
And then I was pushing back. And then he like fell down on top of me on the bed because I was on the side of the bed. And it was like, he was like letting me, like, I guess he was about to let me go. But as he was getting up, he like pulled my hair. And he was like, yeah, I thought so.
And then what happened?
He got up off of me, off the bed behind me, and he walked around the bed. I told him I still haven't got paid. He said lies. And he was like, so what are you doing? So what are you doing for the week? And I was like, I'm staying here. He said, I don't want anyone in my house. I don't want anyone here.
What the hell?
I was like,
ain't no way. Ain't no way in listen. Now I didn't hear the first part, y'all, because like I said, I had got a phone call, but it's no way in hell. She literally was just in tears. Now, y'all know I'm very observant and I pay attention to body language. She was just in tears behind this alleged assault. You know, we got to say the word a certain way, child, because you two be tripping. But she was just in tears, right? And she cut him off real fast, might I add. But here, anytime you start crying behind your recollection of an event, it shows, it signifies trauma, right? That's a traumatic experience for you. That's a trigger, something that it makes you anxious. It probably triggers your anxiety or whatever because you experienced something traumatic. Ain't no way in hell I'ma still stay in that man's house after I said he just did something like that to me. See, that's why I can't take these people serious. And I'm pretty sure she wasn't homeless. I'm pretty sure she wasn't homeless. She looked like she's well kept. If you look on, I've seen on her, her on social media. She looked like she doing well for herself, right? It's no way in hell I'm finna still stay in a man. Like, so you mean to tell me after y'all just had a whole WWE move, y'all know I'm gonna keep it a buck. Okay, one thing about it over here, we not pacifying nothing. Period. Because we don't know these people in real life. And it's not to say we don't have compassion, because we do sympathize and have compassion for victims or alleged victims, what have you. But when I see crap, I call it out. Period. And based off of her testimony, I can only go off of what she's saying. We ain't going off of what Diggs is saying, because we ain't even heard him speak yet. This lady just said they had a whole WWE type situation to the point where he was wrangling her to where she couldn't breathe. And then after the fact, she led with, "Oh, you still haven't paid me." And then he said, "Where you staying?" And she said, "I'm staying here." And he said, "Well, I don't want nobody in my house." Like, what? Baby, I would have been on the phone with 911 or at least out the door, making sure I'm safe. I need to get up out of there with the quickness to get the police involved. I'm not going to wait or even try to steal. So was she going to just stay in his house and act like nothing happened? I'm confused, y'all. Or is this retaliation because he made her leave? Like, listen, let's play some more. Let's see, because I really want to know what happened after the fact. Let's keep going.
Okay, so who's going to get my ticket? He said, "Who always gets your ticket?" And that's it. He walked out of the room.
So from the moment he entered the room to the moment he left, about how much time went by?
My last text to Anna was probably like 3:30 something. I text Sunny at 4:11. So it was between that time because I didn't have plans. I didn't have money to go anywhere to travel. I know,
but just the question is about how long time.
It was just.
I know you lying. I know you, goddess. She left a week and came back and apologized to him. God, listen. So y'all, after this live, we're going to go on over to TikTok, and y'all make sure y'all follow me, the ones that have a TikTok page, so y'all can join the panel with me and we can discuss this as a whole, because I'm not too familiar with all of this. This is my first time getting into it because a few of y'all asked me to cover this, but y'all can really, fill me in on TikTok because y'all be able to get on the panel with me. But I cannot. Like, ain't no way this lady went back a week later and apologized to this man. It's no way. See, and when people do things like that, it makes, and it's no excuse for that, right? It's no excuse for if that happened, because I guess allegedly, because I didn't see it with my own two eyes. But if that happened, it's no way in hell. Like, we can't blame it on Stockholm syndrome. We can't blame it on stuff like that. Like, what? She went back and apologized. Like, she ain't got no family. Like, let me just keep going.
In between that time, I can't say exact, but I know it's before 4:11.
So is that 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 5 minutes?
He was in the room probably maybe 10 minutes. 15, sure.
When he left the room, what happened next?
I looked down at my pants. I had peed my pants, and I had just came off my cycle, and I was bleeding really bad again. I guess because I was so scared, I changed my pants and I cleaned up myself and I came
Now
back in
that
the room. And that's when I text Sonny
let me shut up.
to get my flight,
And where was that flight to?
Atlanta.
At some point, did you exit your? When you said you went to your bathroom, is that the bathroom that's connected to the bedroom, right?
Yes.
At some point, did you?
I gotta speak on that part. I wasn't gonna say nothing, y'all, but it makes me remember. Y'all know how I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all know this, but anytime you get into some type of accident, if your let's say your auntie or your uncle clowning with you or whatever, what's the first thing they tell you to do if you get into a car accident? To put that stank on it, to make the coin stack up a little bit more. What do they tell you? Right? Somebody put it in the chat for me. What's the first thing they tell you? Or I know I'm not the only one that didn't heard this where people joke around and say that. Who could put it in the chat? Because it's kind of given that. It's kind of given that. I ain't saying she lying about the urinating on herself, but I've heard this too many times where people say, I'ma just say it because I don't see nobody put in the chat. They'll be like, make sure you tell them you peed on yourself or you urinated on yourself because that's a reaction that shows a different level of fear. It also shows my not my neck and my back, Christina. No, I've heard people say, tell them that you urinated on yourself. Or I've even heard people say to urinate on yourself, right? Because it's I'd have to look it up, but it's a reason behind it, y'all. But her story is just not resonating with me. I don't know why. I'm pretty good at reading people, y'all. Now I'm not saying this lady is lying. But it's just hard for me to believe everything she's saying because even with her going back there, and if she did apologize allegedly, like all of that with her story, I just don't understand. Like, why would you do that? I don't know. This is weird to me. But let's keep going.
Leave out your bedroom again?
I didn't leave out my bedroom till later in the afternoon.
But so at some point later on, you did. Do you know about how long you stayed there?
In my bedroom? A while, because I was trying to figure out what I was going to do.
So at some point though, that later on that day, you exited out of the bedroom.
Yes.
And what did you do next?
When I exited out of the bedroom, while I was in my bedroom, I was packing my clothes to leave. I called another coworker, I would call her, and I just asked her, like, what she was doing over, and she was like, I told her I wasn't able to go to Art Basel, and that I was going home, and she was like, oh, you should come here, and I was like, yeah, you know what, I'll come there.
When she said here, what does that mean?
New York City. So I then proceeded to change my flight to go to New York.
Okay. And when was that flight going to be?
I just know I landed at 10:49. It was a later flight in the
But it's that day?
It's that day, yes.
Did you see Mr. Diggs anytime after that happened that day?
Yes.
And what was that like?
He was getting a massage, and I was leaving out. By the time I saw him, I was handing over birthday gifts that I had got.
So when you said you're handing out birthday gifts, who were you handing out birthday gifts
to him?
This is a gift that you had already purchased, or?
Yes, I normally give him a birthday gift every year.
Are you kidding me?
November 28th.
Okay, so this was a little bit afterwards?
Yeah.
Ain't no way in hell. Thank you, Miss Weber. Thank you for the super chat, my love. I appreciate the support. We got 91 in here. Make sure y'all hitting that like button for Pac. Show me that y'all, enjoying this commentary by hitting that like button, baby. Okay? There's no way in hell this lady just said that she gave her Wrangler, put the S on the front, the S and the T on the front, a birthday gift, after he just put his hands around her neck till she used the bathroom on herself. Am I hearing this clearly? Y'all. God. And I'm trying so hard to not sound insensitive, but y'all listen, y'all know when I call cap, I call cap. But I'm just flabbered to the gasket because it's like they wasn't in no relationship. They wasn't in no relationship. Um, they wasn't in no relationship. He had multiple sexual partners where she was in the known. Everybody knows this man has a strong sexual appetite, like I said. Cardi B, I'm pretty sure was around because it was even stated that, a text message came out, and I got that text message. I would have to find it though. Because I remember when they put it out, when it first came out that she was suing him, people started, doing a little digging and stuff, right? And it was a text message exchange between her and Cardi. I'm about to try to find it. But girl, you bought this. So before you left out the house, after he allegedly wrangled you until you couldn't breathe and you urinated on yourself, you brought him a birthday gift and gave it to him while he was getting a massage? Am I tripping? See, that's why I couldn't be a juror in certain situations. I'll be like, try over. I don't want to hear no more of this. No more of this buffoonery. I don't want to hear it. Because ain't no way. Y'all. Oh, child, listen, Linda.
So at some point, did you leave this house?
Yes.
How did you leave to get to the airport?
A car, an Uber.
All right, and so an Uber came and picked you up and brought you to the airport?
Yes.
You went to New York. Was it New York City or New York State?
New York City.
Also New York City, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And who did you meet up in New York City?
I met up with Shy Charles, and she picked me up from the airport, and we went to pick up her friend Talia, and then we went to her ex-husband's house to pick up something or to do something she had to do. We were there. We ordered wings and watched a movie, watched some videos.
And did you tell anyone here about what had happened to you?
No, I didn't tell anyone there because they have their own interpersonal sexual relationship. So I wouldn't have never told her anything like that.
Boom. Y'all heard what she said? I didn't tell anyone there because they have their own intersexual personal relationships with him. Y'all, maybe I'm different. And, it got a lot to do with the way I was raised, my morality, my integrity, my couth. But I don't understand women who are okay with sharing men just because they got a little coin. This is why you go get your own bag, baby. So you don't have to make these type of classless decisions when it comes to men with money, right? Because when you got your own bag, you're not settling for bare minimum or second. You're not settling to be a side of anybody, right? I just don't understand that. Like, what the hell? All of these women in the know, y'all, we gonna have to do more content on Stefon because it's giving he that ninja for real. It's giving he that ninja. And I'm the type of person that if a woman allows it, because I hold women to a certain standard. I'm not that type of woman that makes other women look weak or enables women or, enables certain behaviors that women have. I'm not that type. I got a lot of strong women in my family who can lead. Who can lead, baby? We some leaders. So I don't look at women how other women, when you see situations like this, how some women will pacify the situation instead of holding the woman accountable as well, and showing them that, or trying to make them understand that they should have higher standards for their self. Like, that's crazy to me. You knew about this man having all these intersexual relationships with multiple women and you was okay with it? Or okay with being and it ain't even a pilot type situation. It's just one ninja with money messing with multiple women because he can. Oh, child, listen. Wow. Wow. It's given very much. He pissed me off and I went for his bag. That's what it's given. And I ain't even heard the whole thing yet. Let's see if she could change my mind. Let's see.
How long did you stay in New York?
I stayed in New York Tuesday to Tuesday, so 7 days a week.
And did you come back to Massachusetts?
Yeah. Hey, sister teacher.
And did you come back to working for Mr. Diggs?
Yes.
At some point, and I know this was a little bit before, maybe a little bit afterwards, but at some point were you talking to Mr. Diggs about money you felt he owed you?
It was past wages.
Okay.
Yes.
When did you first start? When did you first bring that up with him?
During the week of our pass. I want to say like maybe the 5th or 6th.
Of December?
Yes.
Okay. And so you felt that he owed you some money from wages that weren't paid. Is that what you're saying?
I wasn't paid for the time of the month. Like I hadn't been paid for the weeks that I put in at that time.
Okay. And who did you talk to Mr. Diggs directly? Or did you talk to his finance people? Who did you talk to about this?
It was a chain of command. Like I would talk to his assistant. But his assistant was under investigation for stealing watches and money. So I don't know if my things.
Objection! Objection! You can't do that. Hold on, y'all. I had a mouthful of chips. I'm like, hold up, because y'all know my lawyer side start kicking in. Baby, you cannot do that. And let me tell y'all one thing about law, right? Hold on. One thing about law or being in a courthouse, once the defendant or the petitioner, whatever, blurts something out, the judge can yell objection. I'm not the judge. The lawyer can yell objection or whatever, and the attorney, the judge sustain or whatever, right? Or overrule. The jury still heard it. So they could easily say strike that from, strike that or whatever. They still heard it. Once you hear something is implanted into your brain, right? It's a stain. So she very well knew what she was doing in that moment, talking like, well, she started letting it get personal. Now you showing us why you and the assistant and whoever else was fighting or wasn't getting along. You in a professional setting, you supposed to be a victim trying to plead your case for your money against this man, and she forgot where she was. She forgot where she was for a second, y'all. She like, well, she was on, she in trouble for stealing watches. It's like she thought she was on the phone with her homegirl or something. So I cannot, y'all. See, this why I don't be covering stuff like this, because I'm so unserious. When I read people and then I feel like they full of shit, it go left. It go left and it turn into us josing them. Okay? But wow, I'm just flabbergasted. I'm trying to get to the part where she's explaining the money when they started catching her up. That's what I'm trying to get to, y'all, so we can get to her testimony when she was crossed, because I want to see her be crossed, baby. I want to see that. I want to see the defense do their job. That's what I want to see. So let's go a little bit more. Hold on. Yes, stop her hating ASS. Been throwing shade at that assistant since she said, "Wow." So it's giving. It's some gripe right there. Like, listen. One thing about people, human nature plays a major role in our behavior. Okay, and if she's been feeling a way about that assistant, which she has, because listening to her speak, that assistant played a major role in this whole situation. It's given it was some jealousy amongst the two because both parties were having actual relationships with Mr. Diggs. And you know, sometimes women get mad when something go left, or you know, it involves another female and they take it to the next level, or they can't handle it, or they very impulsive and they decide to be on some setup type ish. Oh, you want to play with me with her? I'm finna come for your bag. I'm finna tell a lie on you, right? And it don't excuse Mr. Diggs from his actions and things that he do, y'all. But y'all know when it comes to the law, I'm like this. If you accusing a person of something just because they did something else, it don't mean you get to charge them for this specifically. If he's innocent of this, he's innocent of this. Now, if he did something else to somebody else and you can prove it, then you get his ass. Okay? But if he ain't do this, he don't deserve to go to jail because he did something 5 years ago. No, that's not how the law works. And we shouldn't want it to work like that either, because you want it to be fair, because our family members go through legal ish too. And then people want it's the justice system to work for their family members, but be oblivious or will turn a blind eye when it comes to somebody else's family. No, that's not cool. That ain't cool. Hey, Miss Geraldine. All right, let's play her a little bit more.
Jurors were disregarded, given no consideration.
She started getting excited too.
Answer the question asked. Commonwealth, next question.
Thank you, Your Honor.
She forgot who she was talking to.
At some point, did someone from Mr. Jakes bring up a non-disclosure agreement?
Yes, Mr. Jakes likes to abuse people and try to hide his abuse.
Is she okay?
That portion of the witness's answer will be stricken and the jurors will
Like, you can't do that. Girl. You can't say, oh, this man likes to abuse people and then try to hide, like. And you know what's crazy, y'all? Before trials happen, the witnesses, the plaintiffs, whatever, they are literally sat down. They are with their attorney and they go over everything. What they supposed to say, what they shouldn't say. Like, all of that is rehearsed, right? So it makes me feel like certain things was thrown in there to be said intentionally. It's giving that vibe because she did it back to back. Like, she did it back. She knows she wasn't supposed to say that. Any and every celebrity, any and all celebrities should have non-disclosure acts for people around them for situations, not even just situations like this, but because people do be on grimy stuff and people do be telling people business for a coin. So just because they got money don't mean that they shouldn't protect themselves, right? And I haven't heard, now I gotta keep it a buck, y'all, and y'all can let me know if y'all have heard something about this man when it comes to Bruce. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can only speak on what I've heard, and I haven't heard anything involving him bruising women outside of the claims that she's making. If y'all heard any other stories, put it in the chat so I can know or look it up. All right, let's go.
disregarded during your deliberations. You are to give it no consideration and do not give reason. Next question.
She need to be held in contempt.
At some point, were you given some information about a non-disclosure agreement by someone who worked for Mr. Diggs?
Yes,
And when was this?
a couple days after the assault.
At some point, did you stop working for Mr. Diggs?
At what?
At some point, did you stop working for Mr. Diggs?
Wow.
I didn't stop working for Mr. Diggs until my last day in the house. I would say it was the 16th. So yeah, at some point.
So she stayed in there?
At some point, did you report any of this to the Dedham police?
Yes,
And when was that?
the Tuesday.
Do you know the actual day, or just that it was a Tuesday?
I left on the 15th. I left his house on the 15th. I reported on that 16th.
Okay, so and did you call the police? Did you go there in person? How did that happen?
I went there in person.
And
Y'all, see, it's so hard for me to take her story serious now because she still stayed there and worked for him after that happened. Is she okay? I would have been scared it's gonna happen again, especially if that was it. From my understanding, that was the first and only time that type of situation happened, allegedly, because we don't even know if it's true, right? Outside of her word, but it's like, why would you stay there? Were you not? And you can't tell me this lady needed $2,000 a week that bad to where she had to have had connections, right? She was a chef already. Because it ain't like he met her when she was 15 and she started working for him. She already had a name for herself. Clearly, if she was connected to celebrities, so she had to been a celebrity chef already, right? So you can't, and most celebrity chefs make more than $2,000 a week. So you can't tell me that she needed that money that bad to stay in this man's home even after. How you know he even still wants you to work there after y'all done had a situation? Like, because he said, I don't want nobody in my home. He even said he wanted her gone, according to her. So you forcefully stayed in his home? Like, what? What? Why not leave? That's another thing. Did you get on the phone and talk to your homegirls and they was like, girl, you better go to the hospital, girl, get that money? Or because why would you wait the next day to go report assault? Like, why would you wait? Why not do it right then and there? We're going to play devil's advocate and say, maybe it didn't register right away. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all. From her still giving him a birthday gift, to her staying in his home, to her waiting a day later to report, like, child, I'm on the fence. All right, let's keep going.
What happened when you got there?
I was begging for my pay with Mr. Diggs, begging for days.
Objection, Your Honor.
And he refused to pay me.
Objection.
Look how she keep going.
At some point, you arrived to the Dedham police station.
Yes.
Did you speak to an officer?
Yes, I did.
And did you tell the officer about what happened on December 2nd?
I was very hesitant at first because of his fame and power. So,
Oh no.
but I
Objection,
did.
Your Honor. Move to strike.
The objection is sustained.
Mm-mm.
That comment by the witness will be stricken from the record, and the jurors are to disregard it and not consider it in their deliberation.
At some point, did you tell the officer about what happened on December 2nd?
Yes, I did.
And did at any point you provide to the Dedham police text messages?
Yes.
So, you're on that, Coach?
The only way I would be afraid in a situation like this is if I don't have no proof, right? But see, the good thing about social media, and I seen somebody put in the chat that she was the actual one allegedly feeding the bloggers the information. I haven't seen that, but somebody put that in the chat. But with this day and age with social media works for the people. Now it could be it's like 50-50. I ain't gonna lie. When it comes to public situations, it could be a downfall or it could be something victorious, right? Because of the masses, the amount of people. People make things move. When you got a lot of people advocating for something or defending something, it's gonna get some ish done, right? So the fact that she had text messages, now, text messages can be fabricated, but they can also be authenticated as well to make sure they're actual factual and not fake. But she had no reason to be like, I feel like that's so typical. Like they always say, oh, I was scared, because I was scared to come forward because he had fame and money. And baby, but you defending your, see, this is why I'm a little different. I don't care what you got. You're not finna play with me, baby. I don't care what you got. I'm going straight to the police. And if the police don't do their job, I'm talking about them on social media. We're going to put them all on Front Street. We exposing it all until we get this together. Somebody going to listen about me, baby. Somebody going to hear me. So I just feel like that's so, he got money and fame. So that's why you still gave him a birthday gift? Because he got money and fame. So listen, that's why you still stayed in his home after the fact? I even seen somebody post a video of her dancing right after it happened, y'all. We're gonna play that too. Let's play a little bit more. I'm trying to get to do y'all think this is good enough right here? Should we go to the next video from today? Or is it a little bit more for the ones that already seen this? Is it some more juice in this one? Or, the juice is pretty much depleted at this point? Let me know in the chat, y'all. Or should we go to the next one, the test of her cross-examination from today? Because that's the one I really want to see. I want to see how she respond when she put under pressure. When they put that pressure on her. Ooh, excuse me. Let me know. We got 104 in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Please and thank you. Also, I do have a super chat goal for the ones that do want to support your girl and tip your girl. It might have been timed out. I might have to reset it, y'all, because I think Terry said it timed out. But I do have a goal also. Hey, Miss Jean, deleted text messages was recovered, but was only given to the jury to read. Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy. See, anytime it's something involving, why are we deleting text messages? Why are we deleting text messages? Like, what, yeah. But I'm pretty sure he got them. He got them in full. He got all of them. All right. Nope, nobody said it. So I didn't want to have to keep playing it if it's no more juice, y'all. Let's see. Hold on.
I'm placing something in front of you. If you could take a look at that, and when you're done looking at that, look back up at me. Do you recognize what that is?
Yes.
What is that?
It's a text message exchange between me and Mr. Dukes.
And is this the text message exchange that you provided to the Dedham police?
Yes. I deleted messages because making a report to the police in my previous abusive relationship.
You can't use that, baby. You cannot use that. See, now I'm getting in defense lawyer mode. Okay? You can't use that. That wasn't an abusive relationship for you. You wasn't in no relationship with this man. And that's it, y'all. They train her well. Okay, let me just tell y'all that. Because like I said, before these big trials like this, baby, you are trained. What to say, what not to say. Like they school you. They school you, and they school you a few times. You go back, you go in that office a few times to go over what's gonna be said on that stand. So she was about to start getting emotional. Baby, that defense lawyer, like, cut it real quick. Let me cut your water dry real quick. Because your previous relationship, your previous abusive relationship ain't got Nathaniel to do with what's going on right here. Let's cut that water dry before them crocodiles start coming. They cut her dry quick with the quickness. Like, no, and that's child, I cannot, y'all. I cannot. She is literally about to quote, that is court victim. I don't even know. I gotta create a word for it. This is victim manipulation, right? We're gonna call it victim manipulation. This lady is literally about to put an experience, an abusive experience that she had in a previous relationship with something she dealing with currently. She finna put it all together as a reason for why she deleted text messages. You can't do that. What? Talk a lot more gonna come out about asking for 5.3 million from. Oh Lord. Oh, she went for the bag. Hey, Miss Johnson. Hey, Miss Lady T. Go to today. Okay, I will. I want to play a little bit more of what she about to say right here, and then we're gonna move forward. Thank you, Terry, bro. I can't believe she was finna do that, y'all. Like, wow. No, she did not. But they caught her up quick because you cannot do that. You can't play on the jury like that. You not on trial for, or your ex ain't on trial for what he did to you in a relationship. This is supposed to be a business relationship that you allowed yourself to mix pleasure with. Oh, child. Okay, let's go.
Stop.
Stop. The judge ain't playing with her.
Stricken from the record, jurors will disregard it. Now, please answer the question.
That's the third time. She's gonna be in contempt.
And if you don't understand it, you can have it restated for you. Counsel at sidebar.
No, she didn't. The fact that they gotta chastise her like a child while she on the stand is crazy to me. Like, are you cool? I'm still tripping off of what she just did, y'all. I don't know if that was the prosecution or the judge. It couldn't have been a prosecution because they're on her side. I don't know if that was a judge. It had to be the judge that told her, cut it out. This the third time you done threw some off the wall ish out there it's not even relative to what's going on for sympathy. We ain't doing it. She looked like Nola. She looked like a child that just got chastised. That's what she looked like. Exactly, Kenya. Did you file charges on your ex while you trying to get Stefon in trouble for something he did? Because that's what it gave. Amber Heard Jr. Shout out to Goddess. All right, y'all, let's go. This lady is crazy. Stefon, like, this is some bullshit. What's going on? Hold on, y'all.
Recognize a bit of mess.
As exhibit 2. Do you recognize what this is? You can look through it. There's more than one page.
1 minute. I recognize a bit of messages is cut off.
There's I believe 3 pages to this. 4 pages rather.
Thank you, Miss Kathy. She said, hello, Lupac and Chat, stopping by to show my support to the one and only True Teller, Been MIA, getting my health together. We'll catch the replay. Thank you for your support. It is always appreciated, and you continue to get your health together. Social media will be here. You know, we ain't going nowhere, baby. Okay? Thank you for your support, my love. I appreciate you. Okay, let's keep going, y'all. Girl, if you don't hurry up, that's your messages.
Yes.
Do you recognize this? What these is?
Yes.
And what is this?
This was in a text exchange
Between whom?
between me and Mr. Diggs.
And when was this text exchange from?
The morning into the noon, 12-2.
Of December 2nd?
Yes.
Is there a difference between the text messages that you provided to the Dedham police and the text messages that are here?
Yes.
And what is that difference?
I deleted bet and pussy, and I'm ruining that bitch life. Not mistaken.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Why did
Now
you
it's
delete
getting
those?
interesting. Now it's getting interesting. Now we talking. So she deleted the messages that take her out of victim mode. That's what we doing. She said I forgot the first word, and then she deleted PUSSY, and then she deleted I'm ruining that it's life. So let me take out the messages that show I got a little aggression to myself. Let me take out the messages that show I could get it up there just like anybody else when I'm played with by another female. Let me take out the messages that incriminate me in this situation. Let me go on and remove that before we take this to trial, because I don't want them to look at me in no other way outside of me being a victim. That's what she doing. That's what she did. Okay. Now it's getting juicy. Now we talking. But that's the crazy part, because the fact that you got to know when you dealing with the courts, this man got money on. He ain't got no little coin, baby. His coin is big. You got to know he getting the best of the best to defend him. You can't delete messages and think they not going to catch him. Anything that's delivered electronically can be found. It's a digital paper trail. This ain't the old days where you can burn some journal notes in the file. It ain't giving that. It's not ever giving that no more. Okay? So when you're child, I feel like you gotta be boo-boo the fool to even put yourself in this type of situation, knowing you not all the way innocent, or knowing your hands is a little bit dirty too. You got to be boo-boo the fool. Ain't no way in hell. It's no way, y'all. And if I was him, if I win this, I'm kind of suing that ass. Let me get the little coin you do have. Okay? Let me get the little coin you do have. Or you could come, you going to work for me, but just not literally for me, but you going to work for me to pay me back. And I ain't talking about in my home. I'm talking about you going to go work for somebody else, and I'm going to garnish those wages because you wasting my time and you could have ruined my career. Now, I'm only speaking to if it, it's a not guilty plea. Okay. Now, if it's a guilty plea, then that's different. But if we can call cap and we ain't no professionals, you got to know the jury can't be buying this. Ain't no way. Listen, I cannot, y'all. All right, let's keep going.
Phrases when you provided those text messages to the Dedham police.
Because
don't start crying. We
when
don't
I was
want it.
abused in my previous relationship, when I would say things,
The objection is sustained.
he would.
The objection is sustained. There's no question there. Again, the jurors will disregard it. Sidebar.
So y'all, bruh, this is not me, y'all. They keep stopping it because she keep trying to say stuff about her previous relationship. So basically, and here's the gag, right? And as a grown woman, I'm pretty sure she know this, but they train her well. But when it comes to a Bruce involving a previous situation, you are not responsible. And y'all know we talk about this all the time, and I say this all the time. You are not liable or responsible for what happened to you in your past, but you are responsible for your healing moving forward. So if your mouth is reckless or your actions are reckless due to past traumatic experiences, that's on your body. That's your accountability. You can't charge that to the last person or to the previous person. Like, you can't do that in real life. Bump court, you can't do that in real life. And that's what she's trying to do. And this is a grown woman. You cannot do that. You can't say, oh, I call him a pussy because I went through a previous abusive relationship and that's how my ex used to talk. What? So you can recognize that abuse is wrong, but you can't recognize that the actions you portray, how you move, like you can't recognize the wrong in your actions. Like it's not making sense. And that's one of the reasons why they keep striking it from the jury. You can't say that. You can't use that. And they already done told her that. Stand on what you said. Because you ain't got, at this point, she ain't got no choice but to stand on it. You call him a PUSSY. You told him, tell the itch you gonna ruin her life. And you probably said it with your whole chest. Okay? Now you got to stand on it in court. You can't give no excuse because that came from you, ma'am. It came from you. I can't believe that lady trying to charge it to a previous abusive relationship, allegedly. Because we don't even know if she was actually in one. That's just her word, child. Ooh, baby. She holding up the courtroom. All right, let's go. They getting on her ass. Hold on, y'all. I got to get the right part.
Your Honor, may I approach us?
Yes.
Approaching now with a main direct potential is marked as exhibit.
This getting good, y'all. Y'all ain't tell me it was that
I'm
good.
looking through this, it's a number of pages. And when you're kind of have looked at it a little bit, you can look back on it.
I did notice that, Tanaya. Let me see if they caught it too. Y'all, notice she's in character. Okay? She playing a role right here. Notice how and Tanaya said, and I caught that. I actually caught that the first time she did it. Notice she was about to start crying. She was getting ready to get in that emotional state whenever she was, I said those things because my ex, and then she made a face, right? She was about to start letting the tears roll. That the defense say objection. And then the judge say sustain. Her head turned so quick she forgot she was about to get emotional. She forgot to let the tears fall. Like, I peeped that too. That was crazy. All right, let's go. It is, Miss Geraldine. I spoke on that earlier in the live. It is.
I'm reading all of them or just that first page?
Have you got a few of those? Let me say, from what you've seen, do you recognize what these seem to be?
Yes.
What are these?
Text messages about the
Do you know who the text messages are between?
Yes, between me and Mr. Diggs.
And do you know when these text messages are from?
12-2. Yeah, 12-2.
So were those text messages that were going on between you and me that morning of that day?
Yes.
And if I can ask you to maybe go to the third last page on this.
In this whole thing?
Of this section. Your Honor, may I approach and
Yes.
Yes.
So on the top page, there's a text that says pussy, right?
Yes,
And who sent that?
I did.
And how did Mr. Diggs respond?
Show me I'm pussy.
And how did you respond?
Will do.
Oh!
And,
Oh! No
were those
shit.
the last text messages sent before Mr. Diggs hit you?
Yes. I'm not mistaken.
Your Honor, may I approach once more?
Yes.
Bring your attention now to this marked Exhibit 4. Could you look through a few of these? And do you recognize what these are?
Yes.
And what are these?
These are messages that I sent him asking to be paid.
And do you know when around these were from?
It was a couple of days after. They were in Art Basel. 12-5 it says. Yeah, I know I was begging for my money for a while.
Just, I think, final question. When he was in the room, when he slapped you, when he put you in a headlock, was there anyone else in the room but you two?
Just us two.
And were there other people in the house?
Yes.
Do you know where they were in the house?
Downstairs. If I'm not mistaken.
And you said you went to New York. You met with a Shy. Is it Shy?
Yeah.
How did you know Shy Charles?
She works for him.
Okay, so
She braids his hair.
and so has she known you longer or him longer?
Him longer.
No further questions, John.
Ms. Adams, today is not the first day you've told the story of what you say happened on December 2nd, true?
True.
The first time you told the story was on December 16th, right?
Yes.
And that was to Officer Ellis of the Denham Police Department, right?
Yes.
And you sat with Officer Ellis, right?
Yes.
And you told him your story,
Yes.
and he took notes of what you were saying.
Yes.
Because what you were saying was important to issuing a criminal complaint, right?
Objection.
I don't know what a criminal complaint is. I was
Well-
making a report. I don't know.
You were making a report to the police
Yes.
about what you said was a violent assault, correct?
Yes.
And your purpose in making a report to the police about a violent assault was to start a criminal case.
No. I made a criminal report to have a report to document it.
Girl, what?
So document
Baby, listen, that defense lady right there, she just stumbled her up. Notice how she said she didn't know what a criminal report was. She said I was making a report, and then she doubled back and said I was making a criminal report too. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. One thing about when you in court, you are very nervous, right? And they will hit you with that wordplay to make you, flutter and nervous and stumble over your words. They know how to get you, especially the defense, and that's exactly what just happened right there. Dang, y'all, like I want to go to the other part. Hey, I'm chosen. I love you more. I want to go to the other part from today. I don't know if I should shut this one down and then start a new live or keep going. What y'all think? Because y'all know I don't like making my lives too long. Um, y'all want to start one from scratch? That way I could kind of separate them because I don't want it to be a 4 hour live, right? Because it seemed like this part is still getting good, but I also kind of want to go to the other part. Let me know what y'all think in the chat. Should we stop it here and start over? Or y'all want me to like what's what? Because I know I need to go on TikTok also, but I low key wanna start another live so that it's not as long. And the other live because it's 2 different days. I don't want to have it all in the same live, y'all. So what y'all think? Start and then come right. Like I could literally set the thumbnail right now and then everybody just meet me in the other live because I don't want to go over 2 hours with this one. Content with this one part, the juicy parts towards the end. Oh, so it's still good. This okay, y'all want me to continue with this one? Okay, so what we'll do is we'll this live, y'all, that live is 2 hours and something long. So I might have to skip through it some because I don't want to break down that whole 2 hours and something because that's a lot. So we can what we can do is finish off this testimony since y'all saying there's still some juice in this one, and then we can start another live, and then after, and then do the part from today because she was cross-examined today, but that one is only like 24 minutes long. So and then we'll go to TikTok later, break it down in parts like 1 and 2 to get that's what I want to do. Okay, content with this one, Pop, the juicy parts towards the end. Okay. All right. So we're gonna play a little bit more of this one. And then we'll try to finish this one, y'all. Let's play some more. Because listen, we are 48 minutes and 53 seconds in, and it's 2 hours and 17 seconds long.
Was important to you, right?
Yes. All right.
The story that you just told to this jury under oath was very different from what you told to Officer Ellis. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
What you said to Officer Ellis when you reported this crime, this so-called crime, is that you had been having an ongoing text exchange over money owed to you.
Yes.
You told the police officer who filed the criminal complaint in this case based on your word that your fight with Mr. Diggs on December 2nd was over money. True?
Yes.
Except you just testified under oath to this jury that you didn't start talking about money until December 5th, right?
What did you say?
Oh,
you just
you heard
testified under oath to this jury.
I have been begging for my money since December the 5th. Mr. Diggs, and throughout those messages, you can see that I was begging for my money since that day.
Which message? Are you talking about Exhibit 3 that you just looked at?
It's other messages that you guys should have me begging for my money from Mr. Diggs.
Ms. Adams.
Yes.
Do you recall testifying under oath to this jury that your fight on December 2nd was about Lindsay, your anger at Lindsay, and you being told you couldn't go on the Miami trip?
My anger was at Stefon. I never said my anger was at Lindsay.
You were angry at Stefon on December 2nd?
Yes.
Because you were told you couldn't go on
I was
Miami.
angry at Stefon because we were friends. He told me at the last minute I could not go to Art Basel.
And yet when you walked into the police station on December 16th, you said you had been having an ongoing text exchange over money owed to you.
Yes, money owed to me after I asked Mr. Diggs on December the 2nd, when can I get paid?
Your Honor, may I approach?
Uh-oh. Caught up. And caught up. Deception. Thank you, I'm chosen. Thank you, my love. It is getting good, y'all. I didn't think the trial was gonna be. Listen, they making me want to start covering these trials, baby. I didn't think it was gonna be this juicy. Let's fast forward it, because she done got caught up again. I just know Stefon probably in his head like, this motherfucker, no, she lying. I know he probably like, I can't believe she got me going through this shit. All right, let's keep going. But he better take this as a lesson, though. If he get out of this trouble, he needs to take this as a lesson and start living his life correctly. Because I don't care how much money and power you think you have. If you keep doing crazy-ish, eventually something is going to catch up to you. Okay? Period. Look, that go for anybody. Look at Epstein or Kelly, Diddy.
Do
Period.
you recognize that document that I've shown you as the police report that was prepared based on your statements on December 16th?
Yes.
You've seen this report before?
Yes, I made it.
And you see on the
I made
report
it.
where it says, she said that on this date, the male that she worked for entered her unlocked bedroom. They had been having an ongoing text exchange over money owed to Adams. She said that they began to discuss this, which apparently angered the male.
I did
There's no
not.
question pending yet. Do you see that language?
Yeah.
Did you say that to Police Officer Ellis on December 16th?
Oh, baby, she don't even remember.
Yes, I see it.
And that wasn't true, was it?
No, she didn't think it was going to be
To
used
my
against her.
recollection, it was true. We did discuss money and payment.
Ms. Adams, you just testified under oath about what happened on December 2nd.
Okay, I also didn't put in the police report our sexual relationship because I was ashamed. The police report got leaked. I didn't put a lot of things. The most important thing was the attack in the police report.
How was you ashamed when you see? I can't take her serious, y'all. I can't. I can't take women serious like this because I feel like women like this make us look bad as a whole. You was so you was embarrassed to write down on a police report that you had an actual relationship with this man, but you wasn't embarrassed to actually have it, knowing he's dealing with multiple other women, one who you had beef with because of it. Like, is she cool? She really just said she was embarrassed. That's why she didn't let it be known that they had an actual relationship, but you wasn't embarrassed of the actual relationship. Mind you, was staying in this man's house. Like, how can we be embarrassed of the act, but not the overall act? Like, now listen, I can't, y'all. Poor child. She know that lawyer eating her ass up. That's why she trying to just say some things. Like, let me say something that might help a little bit.
Reporting anything outside of why he got upset, I didn't feel the need to put it. I was scared of how it received by the public. He's in a very public relationship with Cardi B.
Oh.
So I did not put a lot of things in the police report. My most important thing was him assaulting me and choking me and stuff.
So she didn't put it because she knew he was in a public relationship with Cardi. But you also knew he was having actual relationships with the assistant as well, per your words. But so you thought it would be good to leave your involvement out, like her, y'all, the fact, this is where it's crazy for me. Your involvement is literally a part of your case, ma'am. Because had you not been involved with this man and living in this man's home for personal and business purposes, then guess what? You won't even have a story to tell. That's the crazy part. You say, I believe Stefon cracked her back and now she's mad. I personally think he cut her water dry, and then her and the assistant had their little back and forth where they was kind of, acting possessive over him. One was getting mad, oh, he bringing her on the trip. Oh, now he's saying I can't come on the trip because of the other one. And it started becoming possessive. Like, most women can't handle non-monogamous situations, right? And that's what it was. And now she mad he cut her water dry. Like most people, when you cut their water dry, meaning you cut the money off, a lot of times, and it's unfortunate, but a lot of times, some people tend to find something to get the money again. They find something on you or find a reason. Now, that's not always the case, because don't get it twisted. You got celebrities that will do things and utilize their power and money to get away with things, but I don't think that's the case here. And that's based off of her words. Stefon ain't even spoke yet. Ooh, child.
So that was the most important thing that I put in the police report. I was very vague. I didn't feel the need that I had to go and explain the relationship.
When you were asked questions, you actually gave.
I didn't feel.
You must wait until I finish the question.
Wait until council answers the question. Answer it.
Okay. Whatever. Okay.
Because you didn't feel it was important. When you were asked questions about what happened on December 2nd, you lied.
It did not change what happened on December 2nd. It did not change what happened on December 2nd. He choked and slapped me.
Ms. Adams, I'm going to try my question again. Because you didn't think it was important. When you asked the questions of Dedham Police Officer Ellis on December 16th, you lied.
I did not lie.
Yeah, you did.
I just did not expand on detail on the relationship I had with Mr. Diggs. I didn't feel like that was important.
That's the
sexual relationship. I didn't feel like that was important. I didn't feel it was important that
it's very important, ma'am. Y'all had to have had some. That's context. That's very important. You can't leave out y'all had an intimate relationship, because things are looked at differently. Perceptions are had differently based on context. Of course, you got to let them know that y'all had a actual relationship. So you want to save the embarrassment and the shame from yourself, because you knew you was in a relationship, actual situationship, knowing this man had a woman, a public relationship, knowing he was dealing with multiple other actual partners, but you want to try to save yourself some embarrassment and still get a coin. Like, you got to make it make sense. No. Take your lick. Take your lick, because your involvement was wrong, period. You knew it was wrong. You knew it was wrong. Now she going to have to go through the embarrassment of this situation, and she probably won't even win the case. Ain't no way in hell. I would have never brought this to trial. All right, y'all, let me play it. Let me answer my baby's school call and let me see what Ham calling me for. Hold on, y'all.
He was upset because I told him I was not in love with him like those other women. I was ashamed of being with him. I didn't feel the need to explain that to the police officer.
Please answer the question. No, the next question.
Under oath, on December 2nd, when you claim Mr. Diggs walked into your room, you had not been having a text exchange fight over money.
The last text exchange fight was over money. The last text exchange was me saying, you need to pay me out for the rest of the season. I'm out of your life. Give me the money for my business in that order. That was the last text exchange. His response to me
Well, ma'am, before we get to his response, why don't we get
You
to
will
what
be
you
paying
were
me out for
responding
the
to?
season and the money you said you will give me for my business. Wasted my, excuse my language, fucking time being here because you have a, excuse my language again, fucking circus going on. I am out of your life. I am ruining that bitch life.
All right, Ms. Adams, you're going to listen to council's question. You're going to answer that question, and then you're going to wait for the next question. This is not an opportunity for you just to say whatever comes to mind.
Okay.
All right, it is to be responsive to the question presented.
Okay.
Next question.
Thank you, Anna. That response that you just read, that was actually a response to something Steph wrote to you, right?
That was a text exchange
It's
over
a yes or
money.
no question, ma'am.
What was your question?
What you just read into the record, that was a response to a text message that Steph sent to you, correct?
Yes.
And in that request, in that message that Steph sent to you, you understood you were getting fired, right?
No.
What Steph wrote to you is, "I'ma leave you be. Thank you for cooking for me for this season. I appreciate you. Hate it even got to this, but oh well." Right?
Yes.
And you understood when you received that he was telling you you were not going to be cooking for him anymore.
No.
You didn't understand that.
No.
And that's why you responded with, "You will be paying me out this season and the money you owe me."
No.
Because you knew you were about to lose your job, right?
I was not about to lose my job.
You didn't understand, "I'ma leave you be. Thank you for cooking for me this season. I appreciate you. Hate it even got like this," as a sign that you were about to lose your job?
No.
In any event, you didn't tell Officer Ellis on December 16th when you reported this assault any of that, right?
The last text message was about money. The last back and forth text messages was about money. Money he owed me for not finishing out the contract, and money he owed me that he said that he would invest in my business.
So
I took a lower pay.
Okay, y'all. So, I'm so mad. Ham called me from school. She said she not feeling good, so her brother finna go get her. But dang, I did not want to miss this part, because ain't this the part where they caught her up? Because I think I seen this on a reel on not TikTok, YouTube earlier, where she got caught up on the stand because she lied and say she didn't receive no money, but she did. Is this that part, y'all? She using money as the reason for her actions. She about to lose this. She's being disrespectful, a lover scorn. Shout out to the new people that's in the chat. I see y'all coming through. Make sure y'all hit the like button for your girl if you're enjoying this commentary. Okay, period. But ain't this the part, y'all? Let me know in the chat if this the part so I could kind of be caught up, because I had a phone call. My baby called me. All right. Let's go.
Because Stefon agreed that
Dang,
I would
want
have
to
chance
get this
to
part.
work on my business by working with
Ms.
him.
Adams, there's no question in front of you right now. And again, please answer the question put to you. It's not an opportunity for you just to end with your story.
Ooh, that judge getting aggravated.
You told
with her
other
ass.
falsehoods to Officer Ellis, didn't you?
No. Not to my knowledge.
You told Officer Ellis that you had injuries from this alleged assault, right?
I told him I had bruising, meaning redness.
Girl.
And soreness on my throat.
You told him you had bruising on your neck, right?
It was like red. It wasn't like purple.
Bruising is
on the incident.
We ain't finna do that. Bruising, when people hear bruising is purplish, reddish, purplish, bluish. That's bruising. Light redness is light redness. Y'all listen, hold on. Let's keep going.
Pull that up.
You didn't have any injuries when you walked into the police office on December 16th, did you?
No, because that happened on December 2nd.
Right. So any injuries that you would have had, you had a reason for why they weren't there, right?
It happened, it faded. The fading went away the night.
Right. And did you take any pictures of your injuries?
I was in shock. The first thing was not to take pictures.
Girl, is you okay? I gotta stop it, y'all. Y'all know I gotta get my commentary, but ain't no way. So you mean to tell me you trying to get millions of dollars, but you ain't gonna take a picture of the injury to prove it? Ain't no way in hell. Ain't that much shock in the world. If I'm trying to get you in trouble, I'm going to take pictures. The shock goes away after a little while. You know, bruising don't typically stay. I mean, child, she making me sound like a bruising don't go away just that quick, right? So I'm pretty sure if she actually had bruising, you know, the bruising that we know of, not light redness, y'all. Bruising, purplish, bluish, reddish. Yeah, y'all know the vibes. If she actually had that, that takes a couple days to actually go away. So I'm pretty sure she wasn't in shock for days, right? Ain't no way in hell. Like, girl, and who the hell waits? If it happened December 2nd, who wait 14 days to go tell the police? Are you cool? Who wait 14 days? No, y'all, let me shut up. The people gonna be saying she's so insensitive. This girl is lying like a rug, allegedly. Okay? That's why I don't be covering stuff like this. Because I'm gonna call cap. Stop making us look bad as a woman. Period. Ugh. I am not Nola. I cannot, bruh. I don't like disingenuity, whatever the word is. I don't like it. Like, stop. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because stuff like this make it hard for real victims, y'all. It makes it hard for women who actually been through real traumatic experiences. And I don't like that. I don't like people being disingenuous or just trying to get. We all want some money. We all want a little coin. But it's ways to get it outside of. Child, let me let her finish line.
Because it was to get it together.
I thought you just testified under oath that you had just received a text message from a woman named Anna. That's Anna Kokolas, right?
You're in the wrong timeline.
You didn't just testify under
You're
oath.
on the wrong timeline.
You didn't just testify under oath that you were sitting on your bed reading a cookbook, got a text message from Anna, and Mr. Diggs walked into your room?
Mr. Diggs walked in minutes after I texted him. That's how I based the time on what time he walked in the room.
Okay. So you had a phone in your hand when he walked in the room?
My phone was on the bed. I was reading a book. I wasn't texting her in the moment of Mr. Diggs walking in the room.
No. Okay. But you had a phone right there in your room?
Yes.
It's an iPhone?
Yes.
It's got a camera on it?
Yes.
You can take videos with it?
Yes.
And you do take videos with it?
Yes.
You take pictures with it?
Yes.
You take pictures of yourself with it?
Yes.
A lot?
Not often.
Not often. You have social media account for your business, don't you?
Yes.
Do you post things on your social media account?
I'm not as active as
Eat
you.
a
Do you
down.
use your iPhone to take videos or pictures for that?
I'm not a very active person on social media.
Girl.
But you certainly had a phone in your room.
She don't even realize how the defense attorney setting the stage to expose her, y'all. She is very active on social media. They literally got a video of her dancing, doing the damn two-step not long after it happened and posting it. Is she okay? I cannot, bruh. This is, babies, when I tell y'all, whoever that lady is that's on the defense, she laying the law down. She's setting the stage, baby. And that's why they always put women on women. Yeah, you know, the men will do a little 1-2, but it seems more harsh when it's a victim role being portrayed and it's a male that's, the defense. So more often than not, they'll put a woman versus a woman because it doesn't give dominant. It don't give overbearing or abusive tone, abusive nature when it's, they don't want it to seem like it's triggering, especially if you had a past traumatic experience or how she keep quoting her past boyfriend was abusive. Yeah, that's a lot of times why they'll make a woman attorney cross her, basically. But I thought the cross was today. This is the one from yesterday, and they already eating her up. That's crazy. That is crazy. But Ooh, child, listen. Now she say she rarely on social media. That lady say, "Do you take pictures?" You had your phone in your hand at the time. You was talking to such and such, but you was in shock. You didn't think to take pictures of the bruises. Like what? You don't want no proof, ma'am? Okay, okay, girl.
when you claim you were violently assaulted and injured, right?
That has nothing to do or justify the reason I was attacked.
It's a yes or no question, ma'am.
Yes, I had a phone.
You took no pictures of your face or your neck or
That
your
has
chest.
nothing to do.
I need to finish my question.
Okay.
You
Girl.
took no pictures of your face on December 2nd, did you?
No.
No pictures of your neck on December 2nd, right?
No.
No pictures of your chest on December 2nd.
No.
You said Mr. Diggs hit you across the face. Did you have any marks on your face?
No.
You understand Mr. Diggs is a professional football player, right?
For real, as light as she
He's an
is.
elite athlete.
I don't know. He's an athlete.
You don't know that he's an elite athlete?
I guess.
Okay.
You call him that.
And you testified he slapped you across your face
Yes.
and you had no marks from it.
I was red. I was red. I'm lighter complexion.
Bruises, they get worse over time. Do you agree with me?
It was redness. It wasn't bruises.
But you said,
There's an injection.
baby, she's sassy. She's sassy. Listen, she's talking about it's redness. It wasn't bruises. But baby, if that man slapped you across your face to where you flew on the bed or whatever, you going as light as she is, y'all, she would have had some type of mark in her face, not just redness. Yeah, you can get redness from a slap, but somebody can pinch you, and if you're hurt complexion, she's gonna, yeah, it's gonna do what it do. But she said he choked her until she couldn't breathe and she urinated on herself. Light as she is, I think if it was that extreme, if it happened, right? Because this is her being alleged. It would have been some type of bruising, not just, I don't see it just being redness. I'm sorry. The way she made it seem. Okay? We can only go off of the way she put it. Wow. He definitely did, Tokyo. She said Diggs done paid a coin for that one. Woo child. He definitely did and it was necessary because his career is on the line. And that's why I say I want to say he gonna learn a lesson. I'm gonna say I hope he learns a lesson. Moving forward, be more cautious of who you have around you. Be more careful with your actions, and also he need to take the legal steps to make sure he is protected and the other person, because you're supposed to protect your people as well, right? Child, ooh, child.
That is overruled. You may answer the question.
I have redness, Mark. Like, I'm light skinned. I turn red when
You also get bruises, don't you?
if I hit something hard. Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
And bruises get worse over time, right?
Okay. I'm not
Do they?
sure. I'm not sure. I don't get bruises a lot. I don't recall.
Do you recall telling Officer Ellis you were bruised on December 2nd?
My idea of bruising is soreness, hurting. I was red. It was redness. My face was red and on my chest was red. I didn't turn purple or pink or anything like that. I didn't. It was redness.
she forgot about her neck, y'all. She said her
Because you
face
didn't
and her
have
chest.
any injuries when you walked into the police station on December 16th, Officer Ellis actually sent you a form to fill out to describe the injuries that you said you had on December 2nd, right?
Yes.
And you filled out that form, right?
Yes.
And you didn't do it on December 16th, did you?
No.
He actually emailed it to you, and you took 2 days, and then you emailed it back. True?
Yes.
Okay. And on that form, you put that your chest and throat were very sore for days after, right?
Yes.
And you put that you had redness, tenderness, pain, and bruising on your neck, right?
Like I said, bruising for me is redness. It was sore. It was redness.
Well, you filled out.
Faded away, and literally, like maybe by the next day, if earlier than that.
Ms. Adams, when did you learn that the defense had provided videos of you to the Commonwealth?
Maybe yesterday or Friday, I think. Sometime last week when I spoke with Drew.
So last Thursday, you met with Mr. Virtue to prepare for your testimony, right?
Yes.
And you met with your lawyer as well, right?
Yes.
Your lawyer is representing you in an effort to get money from Mr. Diggs. True?
My lawyer's representing me my workers' comp claim, the injuries that I received on the job that Mr. Diggs refused to pay for. That's what my lawyer is representing me for.
Are you sure about that, ma'am?
She is my workers. I got my lawyer from workers' comp.
We'll come back to that. Let's stay with the form. You told Officer Ellis on December 18th, so now 16 days after you say you were assaulted, that you had redness, bruising, and soreness on your chest, right?
I told him that I wrote that.
Well, you wrote it in a form. You took your time and you chose which
I checked the
answers
marks.
to give,
Yes.
right? Okay. And you told him your shoulders were red and very sore, right?
You don't remember?
Right. This whole area here was sore.
Wow.
Across my chest, up here.
And you told him your whole body was sore, actually, didn't you?
It was.
You told him it was difficult for you to sleep.
I was very upset.
And I think you testified today that Steph supposedly put his forearm around your neck,
Steph did put his forearm around my neck.
not his hand.
No.
Okay. But you told Officer Ellis he used his hand, didn't you?
I think I used this. This is the crook of his elbow. That is in the river.
You know what I mean, Coach?
Oh, they fan her ass. B to A. Bam.
That's the form that you filled out
That
over the
lawyer
course
can
of 2 days
aggravate
and
it.
sent back to Officer Ellis. True?
Yeah.
And if you look right in under the heading method and or manner of strangulation suffocation, right in the maybe top third of that page. You see that?
Yes.
Question number 2. How was the victim strangled? Check all that apply. See that?
Forearm, right hand.
You told him you were strangled with his right hand, true?
With forearm, right hand. That is what's checked.
Okay, but you just testified under oath it was only his forearm.
This is the right side. I'm little. Everything went across my neck.
So
So
you were,
that is what I meant by forearm, right hand was his whole right side. Right hand was the smack and forearm was the choke. How was the victim strangled? That was right hand meant smack, but his whole right arm was across my chest.
you also estimated the level of pressure that the suspect used during strangulation. Do you remember doing that?
Yes. I peed myself and I came back on my cycle really heavily.
So that was
So
a
it
yes
was
or no question,
hard.
ma'am?
Damn, girl.
Yes, you remember doing that, right?
Yes.
And you had a choice. Low is a 1 and 10 is a high. See that?
Yes.
What'd you pick?
10.
10.
Yes.
You said,
I know she. Listen. Let me just keep going.
Mr. Diggs is 6 feet tall. He's actually 6'2", right?
I don't know.
You don't know how tall he is? You've known him for 4.5
You
years.
was climbing that tree.
He's taller than me. Way taller than me.
Okay. And you know he lifts weights every day, right? He takes hits from 300-pound men, right? For his job. True?
I guess.
Do you know that?
No, I don't know what his role is. And I thought he run the ball. I don't know if people, I'm not sure what he does.
You was living with him.
That Steph Diggs has played in. Have you attended?
I don't know football. I don't watch it to know what's what.
Ma'am, you was living.
Games.
The question was, how many of Stefon Diggs' games have you gone to and watched?
Gone to, maybe 4.
And you don't know that he gets tackled in that game?
I don't really watch it, honestly.
So you just go?
I'm just there for the vibes. I don't really know what be going on in football. I don't know the rules.
Oh my God.
I think you will agree with me, I think, that if
Playing the
Stefon
field.
Diggs used 10 out of 10 force on your neck,
It was
you
10
would've-
for me. For my little body and what I couldn't breathe, it was a 10 for me.
Girl.
the question was, estimate the level of pressure that the suspect used during strangulation.
It felt a 10 to me. I could not breathe.
So you chose to answer a different question than the one you were asked.
This questionnaire is about me. Why wouldn't I answer it about me? This is not a questionnaire that's a united, I don't know how to say it, a global, this is about me. This is what happened to me.
Okay. But you will agree with me, hypothetically speaking, if Stefon Diggs used 10 out of 10 strength to choke someone, anyone, that person would have bruises on their neck.
I would not agree.
Fact. I would
You
agree.
will agree that if Stefon Diggs used 10 out of 10 force to choke you, you would have bruises on your neck.
Oh, she know what it means. She know what objection and sustain mean when she don't want to answer it. She don't know what it mean when she blurt and shout out.
Now, you went to New York, you said, on the evening of December 2nd, true?
True.
And you stayed there until December 9th.
Yes.
You had your phone with you all week.
Yes.
You took messages, you sent text messages.
Yes.
We know that because that's when you started talking about your money, right?
I did what?
You
Oh.
I
testified.
asked for my money. I didn't talk about money. I asked for him to have finance sign off to pay me.
My mistake.
Yes. Thank you.
We'll get to that money too.
Oh.
And you didn't think it was important to record your injuries or take photos.
No, I was in shock. This is someone that I love that put his hands on me. That was
Oh,
not
you
my first
loved
instinct
him?
was to go and take a photo.
Sure. And then December 3rd, you didn't take any pictures.
No,
And December
it's a
4th,
very
you didn't.
complicated relationship. No, I did not take photos.
And you didn't take any videos.
No,
And you didn't go to the ER.
no.
You didn't go to a walk-in.
This how you know she full of crap, because notice she kept mentioning she had a previous abusive relationship, right? But she got out of that one some kind of way. I don't know how. Okay. But the fact that you didn't think to take pictures of if he choked her so hard, y'all, to where she urinated and restarted her cycle like she claimed. That's some serious strain. That's some serious pressure or force on her. I just don't see how she wouldn't have any even with her not taking pictures, she's basically saying that she didn't have any bruising, just redness. That don't even make sense to me because she's so light skinned. But you would think she would know the precautionary steps to take in the event of some form of abuse or abusive situation happening, because she claimed she was in an abusive relationship prior. So you didn't think to record anything or make record, even with her waiting 14 days later to go to the police, is crazy. It's given, let me see if I could work this out with him first before I go try to tell. That's what it's given to me. Let me see if I could get back in his good graces or get back with him how he want me to be, because they was never in a relationship. He was with Cardi, according to her. Let me see how I can, make it right with this man, because somebody said she apologized to him. Make amends so I can get back in the house and start getting my coin back. And it didn't happen. Now let me go to the police. Oh, child. Giving retaliatory.
He already hadn't paid my medical bills. Why would I go get more medical bills?
Objection, Your Honor. Move to strike.
Ooh.
You didn't seek any medical attention, right?
Unpaid medical bills.
Your Honor.
First of all, he didn't have to pay your medical. And y'all, she didn't go to the doctor at all. She didn't go to the doctor at all. And she said he already didn't pay my medical bills. Why would I go get more medical bills? Ma'am, you took the job. At the end of the day, you thought $2,000 a week was enough money to support your lifestyle without you having medical insurance. I know the end go on the front for the ones in the back. You thought that was enough to sustain you. You are an adult. You don't have to take a job without medical insurance being covered if you don't choose to. It's like you can't. I can't stand people try to hold people accountable for the lack thereof when it comes to them being an adult. You could have just got you a job that has medical coverage, but it probably wouldn't have paid her what she wanted. Because I would say $8,000 a month is a nice chunk of change, and he still had to buy the food and all of that. That's a good little bit of change, y'all. And you get to live in his house for the free. That's a nice little coin. That's a nice little coin where you could keep for yourself and you ain't got to pay no house bills. So yeah, but she complaining about the insurance when she could have get your own insurance off that $2K, or go find you a job that will cover you. Because not every company offers health insurance. She got them holding it up, child. Every time she says something off the wall.
Like you said.
Hold on, y'all. It's coming.
To be able to ask you questions.
Okay, I thought I was still answering the first question that you said. You didn't let me finish.
Miss Anna, we're going to take it again, just a question at a time. It's an opportunity for a narrative, and so let her ask her question, all right, and then answer the question. And if there is, if you're feeling that you're not being allowed to initiate, but just take the question out. Okay, thank you.
That judge getting aggravated.
You didn't tell them anything about being assaulted.
These are not people I trust to tell anything of that nature to.
They're just people that you trust to spend a week with.
These are people that I met through Stefon Diggs. I had no choice but to stay with them. I had no money.
I thought you just testified you had a ticket to Atlanta.
That Sonny brought.
And then you changed on December 2nd, right?
Yes.
And then you changed your ticket to Atlanta to go to New York
Yes.
with Shy and Sonny. I'm sorry, with Shy and Tolly, right?
Yes.
So you did have someplace else to
I
go.
changed the ticket because I didn't have money for Ubers to get home in Atlanta. Shy was going to pick me up from the airport.
Okay.
I didn't have a place to stay in Atlanta. I given up my place to stay with Stefon Diggs. So I didn't have money.
But it also makes you think like, so he was basically living check to check then, huh, y'all? That's what it sounded like. Was she not saving her money? Like you were so dependent upon this man to where you was blowing all your money you wasn't saving? Because, I would have been thinking, but this is just me. I would have been thinking like, let me, start stacking my bread, seeing as how I ain't got to pay no bills. Let me stack my bread so I can get out this man's house. Or in the case of something happening, because you a grown ass woman and you knew this man had a whole woman, Cardi B, multiple baby mamas, and you mix business with pleasure with this man. So she had to have known it was going to go bad at some point. She had to have known that. So I would have been stacking my bread and not blowing my coins, because clearly she had to have been blowing all her money if she didn't have baby, you couldn't get an Uber to get the hell on? Or you don't have no family, not one friend that could have got you an Uber? Well, whoever the person is, I guess the hair braid in New York. But the fact that she had to rely on still one of his other employees, like, where is your family? No sisters, no cousins, no mama, no daddy, no brother. Like she ain't got no family. I'm about to go check out her page again. I'm about to go check out her page. All right, let's go.
For a hotel or Airbnb to go home to Atlanta.
All right, Sam, hold on for the next one.
Thank you.
All right. So.
You've traveled with Shy before, right?
Yes.
You went with her to Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
You're actually friends with her, aren't you?
Associates.
Right.
Co-workers.
Well, you traveled to another country with Shy.
It's levels difference. It was a co-worker. I just met Shy in August.
Did Steph go on that trip to Trinidad and Tobago?
No.
Okay. And that was in the fall of 2025.
Yes.
And then you went on another trip in the fall of 2025.
Damn.
Shy, right?
No, I didn't go on another trip. I was told to leave the house, so I went to stay with Shy because I didn't have anywhere to stay.
Okay. And Shy picked you up in her car, you said?
Yes.
And can you describe what the inside of her car looks like?
It's a white car. I think it's
So not only was she getting paid $8,000 a month, $2,000 every week, she was also going on these luxurious trips for the free, off of his dime. His employees, it sounded like they damn near went everywhere he went. They was traveling, baby. Ooh, child. Living the life. Okay, let's keep going.
burgundy or something like that.
All right. So the outside is white?
Yes.
And then the inside is burgundy.
If most as I remember, I don't quite can't say exact.
Okay. And Shy has a dash cam right in her car, doesn't she?
Not that I'm aware of.
You didn't see a dash cam in her car?
No, I saw like where you see the speedometer and stuff like that.
No, not down on the panel where people look when they're driving. Up on the top of her car. There's a bar on the top of her car with a dash cam on it, right?
No, I didn't see that.
You didn't see that?
No.
Did Shy ever tell you that she had a dash cam in her car?
No.
Okay. Did you know that you were being recorded on that dash cam on December 2nd?
No.
Did you know you were being recorded on December 3rd?
No.
You know now you were recorded, correct?
Yes.
And you've seen the videos that came from Shy's dash cam in her car, true?
No.
Oh, you haven't seen them yet?
No.
Your Honor, permission to publish Exhibit 5. I understand it's already in evidence.
Your Honor, sorry, but maybe we've seen a sidebar.
Been admitted in this case as Exhibit 5.
I can't see.
And I believe you testified that you first became aware that there were videos of you last week.
Yes.
I I don't know, Ms. Adams, were you able to see that person in that video? If not, we can play the whole thing. Okay. You can play the whole thing.
We want to also move it.
I think it may just fix. So while this is playing, Ms. Adams, do you recognize that person on the video as you?
Yeah.
And you're sitting in the front seat of Shai's car?
Yes.
And this is you when you were, just after you were picked up from LaGuardia Airport on December 2nd, right?
Yeah.
Was there someone else in the car to your memory?
No.
I'm sorry?
No, not when she picked me up.
Okay. Did Tali Moses also get picked up from LaGuardia just after you?
And now she picked up at her boyfriend's house in Queens.
Okay. But she was eventually in that car with you. So Shai was driving the car, is that right?
Yes.
And then you're in the front passenger seat as we see you?
Yeah.
And then did Tali sit in the back behind you? I'm sorry? Behind Shai? Okay. And this was all on December 2nd?
Yeah.
And this is the day you say you were violently assaulted?
Yes, that doesn't justify or prove that I wasn't assaulted because I learned how to save face.
Okay? Mr. Kettlewell, can we also show the next video, Julian Sosa and Exhibit 5?
Your Honor, just for clarification, there's Exhibit 5, I think it's just a number of videos in one exhibit.
Thank you.
And do you recognize the person in this video?
Yeah.
And that's you in Shai's car again?
Yeah.
And this is the next day, right? It's December 3rd. Do you recognize that? Well, I might not be able to see. I'll give you, Mr. Kettlewell, is this marked as Exhibit 5 also, the stills?
No, the stills are
6 and 7? I should have been marked as Exhibit 7. You recognize that person as you?
Yes.
And that's you in Shai's car, right? When you visited her in New York City? And you say you don't remember if that's, what date that is? Your Honor, I'm sorry, may I coach one more time? If I could direct your
I didn't
attention.
say I didn't remember what date it was.
Oh.
I can't tell the date. I don't remember. I was in her car, I stayed for another week.
Okay.
You're telling me it's December 3rd.
If I can direct your attention to this line right here. See how it says 2025 1203. Do you know what that means? Okay. But this is you on your New York trip
Yes.
with Shai in her car.
My New York State, the shot.
Okay.
Okay, this has not been preliminarily marked. Offering it.
I believe that it's intended to be in the thumb drive. It's in the thumb drive separately.
Stills, though, I think Mr. Quinn is referencing, have not been marked as 6 or 7 for this.
So we can,
So if you want to, it's them there.
I have no objection to those stills being marked as 6 and 7.
Thank you.
this would be exhibit 7. That's been,
Yes, thank you, Mr. Clerk. And this is,
the copy for the court.
yes, sir. This is Exhibit 6. And then you also had some videos taken of you by Tali while you were in New York, right?
I don't remember. I don't recall.
Do you remember? Well, first, you, Shai, and Tali all stayed in Brooklyn in New York from December 2nd to December 9th, right?
Yes.
And you all stayed in the same bedroom,
Yes.
slept in the same bedroom.
Yes.
And we're together a lot of the time that week. True?
Mostly, yes.
Okay. And there was one night where you and Tali were kind of goofing around with the video and taking videos. Do you remember that?
I don't recall it.
Okay. Mr. Kettlewell, can we play Exhibit 8? And, well, before we do, I would move Exhibit 8 into evidence. It's a video from December 6th. Thank you.
Just no objection to the record.
And Ms. Adams, did you recognize the person on that video?
Yes.
Who is that?
Me.
And that's in Shai's bedroom, right?
Yes.
Where you and Tali and Shai spent the entire week, right?
Majority Tali would sleep on the couch some days.
I'm sorry?
Tali would sleep on the couch some days.
Okay. But in that video, that was Tali was videoing you, right?
Okay. I don't recall that.
You don't remember that?
Yeah, but we were up there.
All right, my bad, y'all. I had to go get me some coffee, and Hamden made it back, y'all. Why Hamden lied to them people and told them people she wasn't feeling good. Now she home and she's perfectly fine. But yeah, she's Ham get on my nerves. Oh, child, listen. But she was recording. This is crazy, y'all. But this is entertaining. I ain't gonna lie. This is entertaining, but this is crazy. Ain't no way this lady was recorded in the car. She on videos with the homegirls. Like, is you cool, ma'am? They finna him her ass up. This gonna be a very, very interesting trial. I can't wait to finish it. But we gonna cover the whole thing, okay?
Mr. Kettlewell and Your Honor, I would move in Exhibit 9, which is another video from that same time, December 6th, 2025.
That's for the record.
Thank you, Judge.
That's it, y'all. Wow.
Ms. Adams, that was you on that video, correct?
Yes.
And Your Honor, I would move in
Damn.
stills as Exhibit 9 and 10.
The truth is ready.
Those are stills from Exhibit 8.
No objection.
And Ms. Adams, I just ask you to look at those and tell me if that's a fair and accurate representation of you from the week you spent in New York.
That day, yes.
On December 6th, 2025.
Yes.
Your Honor, may I publish to the jury? Thank you.
Just for the record.
I am offering to the jury Exhibits 9 and 10, which are two stills taken from the second video of Exhibit 8.
No objection.
Are there any more video clips, counsel, you'll be here? Put the lights back.
I think we can put the lights back on, Your Honor.
Bruh.
Now,
not the
cut
angle.
back from Miami.
Look. Look, y'all. They caught her in an angle, y'all. I am weak, bruh. Ooh, listen. See, that's what they get paid for, though. This is what, when you get a with high quality, you know, when you get them big dogs for your defense that's charging top dollar, this is what they get paid for. Okay? They got the veneers just gleaming from the side, the neck angle. You know, she said she was in a choke, a WWE chokehold. His whole right arm was all across her whole neck, baby. Okay, they like this neck right here. Is this the neck you was referring to, ma'am? With that you said to Officer Boombada that was bruised? But now it's just redness. Oh, okay, yeah. Is this the neck? I love it. I should have went to law school, y'all. This makes me regret not going. They be having so much fun.
To get him home on December 7th, correct?
This neck right here, nigga.
I got back on
I'm sorry?
Tuesday. Well, it was late in the night. Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. The 9th I got.
Well, you know he got back to the Dedham house before you did.
I didn't know that. When I got there, I realized that he was there. I was in no communication with him on what day he was coming back.
But you were in communication with him.
To ask for my pay, yes.
Can you turn to tab C, which has been marked as Exhibit 3, please? And you testified about the text exchange you had with him at around 12:30 on December 2nd, where you called him a pussy, right?
Yes.
And then he said, show me if I'm pussy, and you said, will do.
Yes.
Right? And then if you turn the page.
Damn.
If you look to the next message from you, so in Exhibit 3, there are bubbles, right?
That was the deleted message.
Blue bubbles you see and green bubbles.
Yes.
And do you understand the green bubble to be Steph Diggs' messages?
Yes.
And the blue bubbles to be your messages?
Yes.
Okay. And if you look on the page, I hope you're on the right page. It ends in that number on the bottom right corner at 118. Do you see that number? On the approach? Yes.
Bruh. Now they zooming in.
So 117. The page we just looked at. Looking at 118. Your first message. And do you see down here these numbers here?
Yes.
So this message was sent on December 5th, correct?
Yes.
All right. And you sent it.
Yes.
So now this is 3 days after the violent assault that you talked about. Right?
Yes.
And what did you say in that message?
Hi, can you approve my pay with finance, please? I have to pay my insurance this month. Thank you. Please and thank you.
Okay. And then if you could look at the next message. Actually, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's hold that for a second.
It sounded like the defense is trying to catch her up and prove that it was retaliatory. Like, since he didn't pay, since she's alleging that he didn't pay her in full, that she tried to retaliate by accusing him or alleging that he assaulted her. Like, since you didn't pay me for my work, I'm gonna get it off your ass, or at least off your reputation and your career. That's what I think the defense is trying to prove here. Okay, let's go.
So you were texting with Steph Diggs in the week you were in December. I'm sorry, in the week in December, you were in New York, right?
I text Stefon one time.
Okay. But your testimony is you don't know when he was coming back to the Dedham house.
I did. I didn't know the exact date.
You did. But you knew he was coming back.
Yes.
Because that would be important to know, right?
I've worked in this industry. I went off of a previous client schedule. They normally will return on Tuesday. So I was in guest mode.
But the last time you saw Steph Diggs was when he was assaulting you, you said.
That wasn't the last time I saw Steph Diggs. I said here that I walked in his room after the assault before I was leaving to give him his birthday gift.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay. You gave him a birthday gift after the assault happened.
We were friends for 4.5 years with
It don't matter.
Very complicated relationship.
Okay. So if I could ask you actually.
Girl, that's not an excuse. Y'all, she's sharp. I ain't gonna lie. They prepared her good for this trial. Cause that defense attorney is on her ass. Like, that lady ain't playing with her. She trying to catch her up at any chance she can with every word. And that's how, that's how defense operates. But she's sharp. I gotta give her that. She's like, I didn't say that. Like, I said the last time was when I gave him the birthday gift, right? And the defense like, oh, you gave him a birthday gift. And then here she come. Yeah, we were friends for like over 4. Girl, but I don't give a damn if I was friends with somebody for 15, 20 years. Once you put your hands on me and choke me till I can't breathe, I'm not talking to you no more. And I damn sure ain't giving you a birthday gift. Especially when I'm saying you owe me money. The hell? What's going on here?
To turn to Exhibit 4, which is behind the tab D. And Your Honor, this is an evidence. And if you look at that number on the bottom right corner, turn to the page that ends in 173. And I'll ask you some questions before we get to that substance, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I think you testified on December 9th you went back to the Dedham house, right?
Yes.
And you got yourself an airplane back to Boston, right?
Sonny got me an airplane back to Boston.
Okay. And you landed at Logan Airport at night.
Yes.
Then you took an Uber to the Dedham house.
Yes.
You arrived around 11:30 p.m.
Yes.
You were alone.
Yes.
You came by yourself.
Yes.
Didn't bring anybody.
No.
Okay. And when you got in the house, you went and knocked on Steph's bedroom door.
I went to put my things away and I knocked on his door. Yes.
I'm sorry.
I went to put my things away and knocked at his door.
And that was around midnight on changing over from December 9th to December 10th, right?
That's what it says here. I don't recall the time, but this is what the messages say.
Well, he didn't open his door, did he?
His code was different. He changed the codes when I came back.
Right. Because in that house, the bedrooms all had key codes on each door,
That
didn't
he
they?
controlled. Yes.
Did the bedrooms all have key codes on that door?
Yes, that he controlled.
I'm sorry. This is a yes or no question. See if you can try it. Did all of the bedrooms in that house have different key codes on them?
Yes, that he controlled.
So you can.
What do you mean?
You had a key code on your door, right?
Yes.
And if it was shut, it would be locked, right?
No. The door had issues. I would often text Sunny, could she check and make sure my door was locked?
I'm sorry, when did you text Sunny to please check if your door was locked?
When I left the first week of November, when he made me leave to have female guests over.
Your Honor, let's just try.
That answer is no responsive will be strict and the jurors will disregard it.
So on December 9th, round about midnight, when you got back to his house alone, you went and knocked on his door, right?
Yes.
And he didn't open it.
I didn't knock. I tried to get in the door.
Okay, you tried to walk into his door.
No, that's how I would go in his room. I would unlock his door.
Sure, just like always, right?
When he needs food and his door was closed.
Yeah, but if that's on December 9th and she was allegedly assaulted on December 2nd, why is you back at this man's house and trying to go in his room? Then to proceed December 16th to go file charges for assault. I see where the defense is going here. I see the plate.
I would go in his room.
Right.
I never went in his room without permission.
You going in there on December 9th is no different than any other day, right?
No.
And when you weren't able to get in, you actually sent him a text message, right?
Yes.
And you told him, well, can you read what you told him?
I was coming to ask you what time you have to be at work and to say hi.
Oh, not formality against your bruiser.
And then you just went right back to work, right?
Yeah, I went to bed.
I'm sorry?
I went into my room and went to bed.
You went into your room and you went to sleep?
Yes.
By yourself?
Yes.
In the house?
Yes.
With Steph Diggs there?
Yes.
And then the next morning you got up and you made him breakfast?
Yes.
Oh, hell no.
Now, you told Officer Ellis when you reported the assault that you left your position on December 2nd. Do you remember that?
Ooh.
I was saying I left the house. I didn't leave my position. I was really going back to get my things. I had no plan, nowhere to go, so I needed to be nice there.
Oh my God.
Did you tell Officer Ellis after the alleged assault on 12/2/2025, Adams left her position and left the residence to stay with a friend in New York?
Left my position mean I left to get on a plane and go. I didn't tell him I quit. That didn't mean that I quit.
You didn't quit.
No.
Did you tell Officer Ellis that on 12/9/2025, you returned to the house just to get your property?
Yes, I was going to get my property.
But you were also going to work for a while first?
Basically, I was going to get my property. I was trying to get my money. I asked Mr. Diggs the next day about my money when I returned to the house.
And you kept on cooking and doing your job for a whole nother week, didn't you?
No, I stopped cooking. If I'm not mistaken, I didn't cook over the weekend because
You shouldn't have cooked at all again. The
On the
hell?
11th, I asked Mr. Diggs in front of his mother and Sir Charles about my pay.
Okay.
That was another text.
I'll ask a different question.
Okay.
On several days of that week, you simply kept doing your job,
And
right?
asking for my pay.
That's a yes or no question now.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
You kept doing your job.
Yes.
Officer Ellis was wrong when he wrote that you left your position on 12/2.
I left the house. So him putting position didn't mean that I left my job as a chef. I left the house on December 2nd.
Same thing.
So you told Officer Ellis that
Yeah.
you left your position, but you meant you left the house to go to New York.
See, that's where that business and pleasure gets mixed up, right? You know, they had a little lovers quarrel, and then it's, oh, I'm leaving. So they gonna only assume you leaving. And when you leaving everything. You don't get to leave and then come back to a job position when you was a in-home, a living chef. Those were the terms, ma'am. She know that. She playing word scramble, right? Those were the terms. You don't get to leave and say, "Oh, I'm leaving," after they had their little situation or she got pissed off because of the assistant and whatever else they had going on, child, and then think that, "Oh, I didn't say I was quitting. I just said I'm leaving." Girl, what? You were the live-in chef. That's why you don't mix business with pleasure. That's exactly why.
So I left for the day. It wasn't that I was saying I quit or saying it in a way that I
So
quit my
basically, it
job. I
wasn't
didn't say
that
that.
serious. I left for the day.
You've mentioned Mr. Diggs' assistant, Sunny, a couple of times, right?
Stealing Sunny, yes.
I'm sorry?
Stealing Sunny, that's what he calls her.
What?
I moved to strike, and I'd ask that the witness be instructed to please answer a question.
That answer will be certain in the jurisdiction. And if you don't understand, please answer.
Okay.
She's still doing it.
Thank you.
Like, girl, you are in the courtroom. Stealing Sonny. That's what he call her. Apparently that's what you call her. Cause you repeating it. You can't, they didn't already told her she can't do, she messing it up for herself, y'all. Like, it's the more and more she do that, it's showing that her emotions is getting the best of her. And not to the point where it's beneficial, but to the point where she's showing her true colors and why she really pissed off, why she really mad, why she really trying to get a bag. And it's given that the secretary is a trigger for her. That's what I'm taking from it. Because notice every time they bring up that secretary, baby, she go left. She go left. Do she not know she can be held in contempt for constantly doing that? Apparently not. Apparently not.
Sunny was a friend of yours, wasn't she?
No.
Oh.
Ms. Adams, you texted Sunny all the time, didn't you?
Because that was my contact. Go to contact for payment, go to contact if I didn't have access to his card or I didn't have no money on my card to order food. And we would discuss things at work.
I'm going to show you a document. Take a look and see if you can.
She got some pretty
recognize
skin
that
though.
as text messages between you and Sarah.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to see what this is.
Oh, of course. Sorry.
Thank you.
That judge like, ooh, child, I'm ready to go home. Is it 5
Do you
o'clock
recognize
yet?
that document as text messages between you and Sunny?
Yes.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your Honor, may I approach? This document doesn't have numbers on it, so I'm just going to do it through. Do you see where the messages start on Thursday, December 11th,
Yes.
at 7:44 a.m.? You see that?
Yes.
And this is an exchange between you and Sunny, right?
Yes.
And you write to her, morning, did you change my door code, right?
Yes.
And that's what you were just talking about. Each door has its own door code in Steph Diggs' home, right?
Yes.
And you were having trouble getting into your door code on December 11th.
Yes.
And had you been having trouble getting into your door code since you got back on the evening of the 9th and 10th?
When I walked in on a knife, it pushed right open.
Okay. All right. So it changed in somewhere around there.
When the morning, maybe when I walked out the door, that morning I made breakfast. If I'm not mistaken, that's the morning that
Yeah, ma'am, I'm just going to stop you because
Okay.
it's not responsive.
all right.
All right. So on December 11th at 7.
What she basically saying is they locked your shit. Like you wasn't supposed to be there, ma'am. They changed the locks, is what I'm gathering. That's what the lawyer is trying to say here. Like you don't get to say, "Oh, I'm leaving," when you're a live-in chef, and they not assume you're quitting your job. See what she went back the next day. Not even the next day. She gave him a birthday gift. The same day she alleged he. Child, I cannot, y'all. I cannot. Ooh.
44, you asked Sunny, did you change my door code? And she says, no, I don't know the code, right?
She doesn't have access to change code.
Okay. And she says,
Okay,
Rich?
access
Question mark. Who's Rich?
Rich was like somebody that helped around the house.
He was like a maintenance guy,
I don't call him that.
someone to help around the house.
He did a lot of stuff for Mr. Diggs.
Okay.
He was in a
And he was at the
maintenance
house a
person.
lot, right?
If we need anything, yes, we would call Rich.
Okay. And you say to Sunny, I asked, he hasn't answered yet. And then you say they changed it, right?
Yes.
Sunny asks, who changed it?
Your Honor, maybe we can see inside.
Stefon is in good spirits. He looks like, oh yeah, we got this in the bag. Like this gonna be an easy win. Because he already know what happened and what didn't happen. He know what time it is. And you know, when you pay these big time attorneys, they let you know if they confident that they're gonna win a case.
And Sonny asks, who changed it? And what did you say to Sonny?
He said they. So,
What else did you say to Sonny?
Read it out loud,
He
Bookie.
said, hey, so Steph and his name is white bitch.
I'm sorry?
What? I said, he said they, so Steph and the white bitch.
Oh,
when you
wow.
said he said they, the he in that sentence was Steph, right?
Yes. No. Yeah. Yes.
And the they, who is that?
Them two together.
So your testimony is, so the white bitch, is that Lindsay?
Yes.
Okay.
Now y'all, I cannot, bruh. That defense attorney is tearing her a new ass, but she doing it in a subtle, slowly but surely exposing her over time type of way. Okay, that's what it's given to Pop. She said, so you said, can you read that for us? She making her read it on purpose. But notice she uncomfortable with reading her own words because she don't want to show that side of her. But that's what defense attorneys do. They expose you, right? That's what it's given. We gonna expose her slowly but surely. Oh, who is they? Oh, you meant Stefon, and who is that white bitch? She got some type of strong vendetta against Lindsay. Okay, she can't stand Lindsay. Whoever Lindsay is, she cannot stand her. I wish they would have put Lindsay in the courtroom.
All right. So was that the kind of thing you said to your coworker?
Yes, because she called me a bitch first.
I see.
We don't see that though.
See, we're kind of friendly with Sonny.
Yes.
You shared stuff with her.
Sonny disliked her too.
Okay. She shared that.
They had their own thing before I came.
And then if I could ask you to turn.
But you said Sonny wasn't your friend. Sonny was just your contact. Notice, no, y'all, peep the play. Peep how they exposing her. They making her tell on herself, basically.
Turn to tab D in your binder, which is Exhibit 4.
Back, Sierra.
And I'm sorry to do this, but if you could look the numbers at the bottom right, the number that begins, that ends 178. You there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so that text exchange with Sonny, that was at 7:44 a.m. on December 11th.
Yes.
All right. And if you look at these messages on page 178 of Exhibit 4, this blue message at the top is something that you sent on December 11th, 7:52 a.m. Do you see that?
Yes.
And you sent it to Steph.
Yes.
What did you say to Steph?
Did Lindsay change my door code? And why can't I get into my room?
Okay. And then you and Steph kind of have a back and forth about the codes and why can't you get in, right?
Yes.
All right.
I remember that. That's not listed here though.
And meanwhile, you're also having a text exchange with Sonny about Steph and the white bitch, right?
Yes.
Objection, Your Honor.
She said, yeah.
Yes.
The white itch. What's y'all? Let's see, y'all. This is funny. Let's see.
Stated at sidebar that objection is sustained.
Thank you, Anna. So you and Steph have some back and forth that same morning, December 11th, right?
Yes.
In text message. And he explains to you, if you can turn the page to 2 pages in, page 180. He explains to you I didn't know if you were going, if he was going to come back or not, so I had him changed. Right?
Stefan know why he had the door lock changed.
Is that what he wrote to you on December 11th in the morning?
Exactly.
Yes.
Can't go by
Okay.
hypotheticals.
And what did you respond? It's right there on the same page in the blue bubble.
No, it's not.
Can you see it?
Lord.
Lord. And if you can turn the page, Steph wrote, shit you was saying, it was like it was over with. I was like, well, you understood he was talking about the text fight you had on December 2nd, right?
No.
Yeah. What did you respond to Steph?
I said no.
I'm sorry?
I said no. I didn't say yeah.
You didn't understand that he was talking about the last time that you saw each other on December 2nd, which is the day you got in a text fight about Lindsay and you not going to Miami?
Me and Stefan had arguments all the time. Like, not all the time, often, and it would just fly over.
Girl, that don't
But
matter.
it didn't turn into a fight like it did. I needed to come back to get my things.
Let's see what did you respond to Stefan on December 11th? And this is now 9 days after you were assaulted, supposedly.
I was assaulted. It wasn't supposedly.
What did you respond to Steph?
Ooh, sassy.
Was very emo. Sorry I made you feel that way. I don't want to leave. I want to stay to take care of you as long as I need you.
And you sent a second message.
Y'all notice her. She was about to make an excuse. Every time that defense attorney hem her up, she got an excuse for it. Like, oh, I was scared, or oh, I didn't have no money, or oh, I didn't have no money to go nowhere. I couldn't leave, so I had to be nice. No, ma'am. That's not gonna fly. That's not gonna fly in court, baby. These people not falling for that. Especially with all of this context attached. Especially with her the white bee, and her being jealous over the white bee. Like, it's too much attached to this for people to fall for that. Okay, my bad, y'all. Hold on, let's play.
Really sorry, Steph.
You were angry with him on December 2nd. You already testified to that.
Needed to be nice to Stefan in order to get my pay to leave.
I'm sorry, you were texting?
I needed to be nice to Stefan in order to get my pay to leave.
Let's talk about your pay.
Yes.
You admit that you were apologizing to him about December 2nd, your behavior, don't you?
I was being nice to Stefan to get back in his good graces to get paid.
You were apologizing for your
Not
behavior.
by choice.
You were apologizing to Stefan Diggs by text on December 11th for your behavior on December 2nd.
Not by choice.
Who forced you?
That's a not by choice.
It's a yes or no question, ma'am.
I don't know what that would be, a yes or no question.
Oh!
It's a yes or no question.
If the witness is saying she can't answer that yes or no.
Wow. Yes or no? She want to cry because she know they got her. They got her in a blender real quick. Listen. They got her in that blender. That's what. Listen. Not her own text message apologizing for her behavior on December 2nd. Which is low-key explaining why she was mad about the white bee changing the door code to her room. Why she was pissed off because she couldn't get back in the house. Ain't no way I'm finna be mad about not being able to stay somewhere where I was assaulted and still around the same man. Like, it's no way in hell. Ain't no way. Baby, my pride is too long. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, y'all. She caught her in a blender real quick. And I guarantee you that blender right there is going to be a highlight for the jury. When it's time for the jury to decide, you apologizing to the man that you say assaulted you on December 2nd, but you apologizing for your actions. What were your actions, ma'am? Come on, defense. Let's work. Let's work. We want to know her actions. What did she do? She knows she caught
your
up.
claim, I guess, is that Steph owed you money.
It's not a guess. Stefon did back wages.
You were
Wages
paid-
owed. It was wages. I think you should use the correct language.
Oh, she sass. My thing is, why was she still working there then? If he owed her so much money, why are you still offering your services for free? I'm confused. Like, why? Why still work somewhere that you're not getting paid? For it to be back wages at that. So you mean to tell me, y'all, that's even more so reason for her to leave, right? If you not getting paid, because she said she needed that money bad. She needed her money. And she said she was asking for it every day damn near. So if you're not getting paid, why would you stay so long to accumulate back wages when you could have just left and got you another job to have money in hand, current, in present tense? They gon' hem up with that one too. That's where the attorney going.
The correct language
is
for your
wages.
civil lawsuit?
I don't have a civil lawsuit.
You were paid $2,000 per week to cook for him, right?
Yes.
And if you used your own money to buy groceries, you were reimbursed for that.
Yes.
And when you were hired to work as Steph's chef, you didn't have to fill out a job application, right?
As stated previously, me and Stefon had an interpersonal relationship.
So?
Professional.
So is that a no? I did not.
I don't know how to answer that question. Yes
Did
or
you
no?
fill out a job application?
I don't know how to answer that question. Yes or no?
Bruh, she is playing herself because that's not a I don't know how to answer that question type of answer. You allowed business to mix with pleasure and you played yourself. Now you want to act delirious. Now she want to be delusional. Now she want to be oblivious. Like, oh, I don't know. Basically saying I plead the fifth. You played yourself. I don't give a damn how good the poll is. It ain't gonna affect my money. Baby, you can have the best poll in the world, but I promise you I'm gonna make sure that paper is right. I'll never be that delusional behind a ninja. The bag come first because I got 3. Listen, I got 3 dependents. So that bag gonna come first, baby. She had to, y'all. She's very smart. This is where it gets crazy because she's a very intelligent young lady. You could tell because she's catching the lawyer in several instances trying to hem her up. So she ain't slow. She's very smart. But the fact that you knew this man not only was with Cardi B publicly, but had several actual relationships on the side, with you included, and you didn't even try to get your paper right. You played yourself out your own bag. Cause I'd be damn if I'm gonna be assigned to somebody and it ain't gonna be it's gonna be even more business than personal. Because you already got a relationship with somebody. So I need to make sure the bag is right. You played your own face with your own bag.
Ma'am, did you fill out a job application?
No.
So technically, you didn't have a real job. Why you talking about
You
health
didn't have any
insurance?
employment contract or anything.
Yes, we did.
Did you sign a written employment contract?
We had a verbal text contract.
Where is it?
Okay. You didn't have to interview with anyone to get the job, right?
He knew my skills.
Clearly.
So on December 1st, this is the day before you say you were assaulted, you submitted an invoice to be paid, didn't you?
Yes.
And can you explain to the jury, so weren't just automatically paid.
I was supposed to be. They sent maybe 2 automatic payments, and then the rest was I would have to go through Sunny.
Right. You'd have to confirm with Sunny you worked that week, right?
I would have to, not that confirm, I lived there, so it was never a confirmation.
She was there a lot too, right?
No,
Okay. So you did have to confirm with Sunny if you worked there or not.
not that I worked. I had to confirm with Sunny my reimbursements. I lived there.
Well, how would you confirm with Sonny then if Sonny wasn't always there? Like that don't even make sense. How you confirming your reimbursements if Sonny not there to like how she gonna know you telling the truth that you actually did the work if she ain't there?
And on December 1st, what you did was you took an invoice for money you claimed you were owed, right?
It's not a claim, it's money that I was owed.
You submitted an invoice on December 1st for payment, right?
I don't recall. I don't know the exact date.
Hey, Miss Tracy. What's up, Gizmo?
Have you seen this document before?
Yes.
It's an email dated December 4, 2025 from Melissa Goddard.
I saw that in a text screenshot. That email that Melissa has of mine was not working in time. This was a screenshot that Stefon sent me. I never received this email.
Okay. This is an email from Melissa Goddard.
I never received it to my email.
Did you see the text of this message before?
I seen a screenshot similar. I
You
can't
know.
recall
You know
the
you
exact
have.
message.
Would you like me to give you a document to
Sure.
refresh you?
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry, Your Honor. I am, if you want to give the jury a break, it's just going to take me a couple of minutes.
Why don't we just take a 5-minute break?
Yes, Your Honor. I just don't want to waste time.
All right, let's fast forward.
$1,000,
Damn, that was quick.
right?
Yes.
That you were owed payment of $2,000 for three weeks in November, right?
Yes.
And you were owed grocery reimbursement for $3,179.06, right?
Yes.
And that was what you submitted to get payment.
Yes.
And you said you didn't receive this email, but you remembered getting it by text message, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so you have read and you remember seeing the substance of this email, true?
Yes.
Okay. And this is a response to your invoice, right?
I don't recall because Stefon was refusing to pay me for the week he sent me home.
Well, Melissa Goddard writes on December 4th, I appreciate you may not have received this on December 4th, but she writes, "Thank you for providing an invoice. I've attached a readable PDF."
Ooh. Damn, why keep doing it? Explicit content. Here the sidebar. 155.
This is Miss.
Out, Miss Adams, you have,
Hold on, y'all.
and it turned out, Miss Adams, you had gotten paid for 2 of the 3 weeks that you said you hadn't gotten paid for, right?
Ooh!
This is missing a whole lot of stuff.
It's a yes or no question.
I can't answer your question correctly without the proper evidence.
Stop looking at
Your Honor, my
Stefon.
approach? Do you recognize this document as text exchanges between you and Sunny?
Yes.
Dated December 9, 2025,
Yes.
and you're the person in the bubbles on the left?
Yes.
And you write to Sunny, hey, so I looked over my transfers, payment history, and they sent payments, 11/7 and 11/21, totaling $4,000. See that?
Yes.
So you knew that you had actually been paid for 2 of those 3 weeks that you tried to get paid for again, right?
What's your name? I never got your name.
Oh
Did you
my
know
God.
I don't
you
know.
had
I
been
was trying to address you by your name because I'm not this. I don't know. I
Oh,
can't answer that question correctly.
sweet baby Jesus.
You knew on December 9th that you had been paid for 2 of the 3 weeks you said you hadn't been paid for, didn't you?
I don't understand the question.
You just acknowledged you wrote it
Oh
to
my
Sunny.
God.
I was supposed to be paid for the week I was sent home. So
Okay.
I sent the incorrect amount because
Uh-uh.
I didn't know he was.
We not finna do that because we just heard her say he owed her back wages, which is plural. Y'all literally heard me break down what she said because I'm like, who the hell would continue to work for a man for weeks knowing she hadn't been paid when she's claiming she need money so bad? Like, make it make sense. How you need money so bad, but you still staying in his home, not getting paid, when you could just go get you another job? I literally broke that down because she made it seem like he owed her so much money, y'all. Like, they caught in another blender. Child, this ain't a good look.
Wasn't paying me for that week.
Right. So you sought $6,000 instead of $2,000.
That's my calculations was
Right.
That's
And
with interest.
and so that last week, that was a week you didn't work, right?
because I was sent home.
Right. So you weren't in the kitchen cooking.
Exactly.
Mr. Diggs sent me home because he had girls at the
Ma'am,
house.
whatever you're going to
I
add
should
is
be
not
paid.
responsive, Your Honor.
Yes. I'm still understanding the question you're being asked.
I don't
Ma'am, you don't get to get paid just because, like, y'all, she is entitled. It's given, this is why you don't mix business with pleasure. It's given very much entitled attitude because she knew him and they had personal and a business relationship. Now it's, oh, he don't get to not pay me just because he got girls in the house and he sent me home. Girls, you cool? If you didn't do the work, you don't get a paycheck. That's why you don't mix that business with pleasure.
That's her question. Answer Attorney Stillman's question, all right? If you can.
The other employees can't do that.
Counsel,
That's coming from the personal side of it.
So you weren't in the kitchen cooking that week, right?
No.
Okay. If you can turn back to tab D, the page that ends 171, this is exhibit 4. It has been marked and admitted into evidence. Let me know when you get there.
Okay.
You there?
Mhm.
So these are both, on this page, these are both blue bubbles. So this is your text messages, right?
Yeah.
All right. And on December 9th, 2025 at 2:27, you text Steph Diggs, right?
Yeah.
And what do you say to Steph Diggs on December 9th? Do you need help finding it?
What's the last?
171. I can help you find it.
She just said she had it. Give it.
I said, can she call?
I'm sorry, the second text message.
Read the second text message
Yes, please.
without reading the
You
messages
can read
before.
the first and we can talk about who you're asking about. That's fine.
I was told to contact Melissa about my pay.
Okay.
So I responded, can she call me or can I call her?
And Melissa, just to the record's clear, is Melissa Goddard, right?
Yes,
She's Steph Diggs' bookkeeper.
that's what I was told.
She's the person who wrote that email on December 4th informing you that you had been already paid for 2 of the 3 weeks you were looking for, right?
I didn't receive that email.
Understood. So you were asking if she could call you or you could call her, right?
I was told to
You were
reach out to
told you
her.
could talk to her, right?
Yes,
And you never called her, did you?
yes, I did.
What did you say in the second
I
text?
asked him
bullet?
for the number.
I'm sorry.
I asked him for Miss Melissa Goddard's number.
The number is right on the email that you got in text form.
But that was later time.
This
Girl,
was
you
December
still
4th.
got it. She is gaslighting. He literally sent her a screenshot of the bookkeeper's number. It's of an email, but the bookkeeper's number is in it. So she's trying to play on the fact that she didn't receive it in email form, but you received it in text form. Like, make it make sense. That's why that lawyer getting frustrated with her, because it's like, girl, you still received it. Regardless of, she's talking about, I didn't receive the email. You got it in text form. He screenshot the email and sent it to you in a text message. So that's why she tried to lie earlier and say she didn't receive the email. She trying to play him back on the thing. She's slick with it. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. She's slick with it. Talk really into this live, because baby, this live is getting me to the end of my shift. And y'all know I don't be on live this long. Okay, so shout out to y'all for hitting the like button, because the likes are liking. If y'all want to support my goal, for the ones that came in late, I do have a goal set. If you want to bless your girl, because y'all know I don't go past 2 hours. Okay, but I wanted to finish this live for y'all, and I still gotta do part 2 and do TikTok. Oh Lord, I'm gonna try to get through it all. All right, let's keep going.
The email is from December 4th. The text message you're about to read is 5 days later, December 9th.
What I'm trying to say to you is that text message was sent at a later date to me.
You still got
On
it.
December 9th, you acknowledged to Sunny that you knew you had been overpaid. I'm sorry.
Overpaid?
I'm sorry.
Underpaid.
You knew that 4 of the $6,000 you were seeking, you had already received. And the last week that you hadn't been paid for was the week you weren't there. And now if you can read this text message that you sent to Steph Diggs on that same day, December 9th.
So technically, he didn't owe her no money.
Hi. So I looked over the payments. Are you not paying me for the week you told me to go home? If not, that's fine. And just for my past employers, when I'm asked not to work, I'm still paid because I'm only with them for the season.
But it don't matter. For one, y'all, this is where you don't mix business with pleasure. So technically, she's not entitled to no money. And let me tell y'all why. She didn't even fill out a job application. That's why she was the one responsible for making sure she had some type of something in writing, work contract or something. That's why they asked her that question early on. You are responsible for that, ma'am. A piece of ass ain't equivalent to a work contract. Just because you throwing it back don't mean that you gonna be entitled to everything of a legitimate job. Like it don't work like that. That's why I said she played her own face. She played her own self out of her own coin. Because once he send you home, he don't have to give you no money. Verbal agreement, whatever. He don't have to. And she said, oh, well, my past employer, they don't matter. Because guess what? This wasn't a legitimated job. Y'all made it messy. And it wasn't official. So technically, he don't owe her nothing, y'all. Because she didn't even work the week that she claiming he owe her. She tried to get extra money. So that's where the defense exposed her hand. They exposed her by showing, hey, we already paid her for 2 out of the 3 weeks that she said she was owed. So she already got 4 out of the 6,000, but she's trying to get paid or saying she's owed back wages, which is not true. You ain't owed back wages. She actually ain't owed Shaq because she didn't even perform that week. She didn't do no work. He sent her home. So it's given very much this is retaliatory. like I said before. And to answer Miss Geraldine's question, I don't think she's gonna win this case. That's just my opinion. She getting caught in too many blenders. I feel like the defense has already shown her to be not credible. She don't have no evidence proving that she was actually assaulted. And when you don't have no evidence, it makes it really, really hard when you trying to prove a case. No evidence, plus you didn't. They literally catching you in blenders to prove you're disingenuous, right? That's showing the jury everything they need to see to make to cast their judgment or whatever. So I don't see her winning this case. I see it being dismissed. And that's just my early opinion, unless something changes. But as of now, I don't see it.
It was supposed to say them. It said the season.
So that takes care of all of the weeks that you said you weren't paid for on December 1st, right?
The weeks that I sent to him calculated was adding in that week.
Right. 2 weeks you had already been paid for. 1 week you didn't work, and you told Steph on December 9th, if you don't want to pay that, that's fine. Right?
Yes.
And not to mention, y'all, the defense is also hitting her with a 2-for-1. Basically, y'all notice the defense made mention of a civil suit, right? She put that in there early, and that's why she hemming her up with the whole money situation to basically cut her water dry before she can even get it started. Like, oh, we doing it this way. That way you can't even come back and try to sue him. You can't sue him for monetary reasons or whatever. You ain't gonna be able to do it later on either. That's why she mentioned that, and she got her under oath, basically saying that you already been paid. So the only week you haven't been paid is the week you did not work. All right. Got a little bit left on this one.
You also sought $3,179.06 in reimbursement for money you claimed you spent on groceries.
Yes.
That was on December 1st.
The day before the alleged assault.
Okay.
The text to Sunny.
And
Please turn off all phones.
you knew that you needed to submit receipts to justify that level of expense on groceries.
I swear I did. Yes.
Is your testimony here under oath that you submitted receipts justifying $3,179.06 spent on groceries out of your money?
It was messed up. Was off. Something was off. Some receipts were the wrong receipt, and we cleared it up.
So something was messed up about that.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You talked about an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. Melissa asked you to return an NDA, right?
No.
I'm sorry?
No.
Oh,
Sunny asked me.
Tomato.
You received an email from Melissa Goddard on December 13th, right?
Melissa and Sunny, I was having problems with the email, the same email.
Yes or no question, ma'am?
I can't answer that correctly.
Oh my God.
Do you recognize that as an email you received from Melissa Goddard on December 13th?
Yes.
And the subject line is NDA payment?
Yes.
She tells you she's Melissa, Mr. Diggs's bookkeeper, right?
Yes.
So you hadn't talked to her before December 13th because she's introducing herself right now.
Yes.
Okay. She says, please return the completed NDA provided to you by Sunny to this email address, right?
Yes.
This is required for employment with Mr. Diggs or any of his entities. Right?
Yes. That's what
Sunny
I'm
has
saying.
an NDA, doesn't she?
I'm not sure.
You don't know?
I don't talk to Sunny about her business with Mr. Diggs.
You had some text messages with Mr. Diggs on December 13th, right after you got that email, didn't you?
I don't recall the date. I would like to see.
Let's go back to Exhibit 4. It's tab D, page 195. Let me know when you're there, please. You there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can stop it here because people keep coming in the chat and saying he been found not guilty. Thank y'all for ruining it for us. Okay, thank y'all for going see what the verdict is and then coming back and telling us, even though I wanted to actually see it through, but it don't pay now since everybody telling us he's not guilty. But if y'all want, I can still because I actually want to watch the other part. I personally still want to see her be cross-examined, even though we now know the verdict. I was trying to delete the comments so so y'all wouldn't see it, but it was too many people saying it. Okay, so I was trying to catch to y'all, but yeah, I mean, hey, we can still. What I'm gonna do is instead of doing a part 2 on here to this, I'm gonna probably just do my TikTok live in a little bit, and then we can whoever want to join me can join me, and we can discuss, the whole thing. We can just discuss it as a whole and talk about what happened, what to do, what people should do moving forward, what not to do, blase blase. Okay, but I still want to watch her be cross because I actually like stuff like that, y'all. Because I almost went to law school. Okay, but so I like stuff like that. So I'm gonna still watch it regardless. But I'm about to end it here. I'm going to get some food. And then when I come back, I'm going to go live on TikTok for a while. And then we can, have a panel over there and discuss some things. And I'm going to see what else is going on the tube. And we might come back over here too. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm going to for sure go on TikTok for a little while. I'm going to post it on my community wall so y'all can see when I go live over there. I'm going to post the link. So whoever want to come can come. Because I know some people was having trouble finding my TikTok. But this was good, y'all. This is good. I'm going to keep covering these type of cases. I do want to continue covering the what is the guy name, y'all? The little boy. Austin Metcalf. What is the black boy's name? Damn, I forgot his name. Child, I just covered him the other day. What is his name, y'all? I can't remember, but we gonna cover that because that trial start in June. That one start next month. So we gonna definitely cover that one, and I'm gonna try to cover it the day of. I wish I would have got to this yesterday, but I had no plans on covering it until y'all started asking me. So what we'll do moving forward, when it's a trial, we're gonna cover it in real time because if not, people gonna come in the chat and let you know what happened before it even happened. Just like a movie spoiler. Okay, so we'll do it like that moving forward. Y'all just gotta email it to me when y'all know it's a serious trial that's coming up and y'all want me to cover it. Let me know ahead of time. That way we can prepare for it. That way I can clear my schedule and we can do it right with the big blogs, and we'll be able to cover it in real time so nobody can spoil it. Okay. But I love y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed this live. Yes, this was good. I want to see the rest. Me too. I seen I forgot what channel got the cross examination, but it was a 24-minute video. So I'm definitely gonna watch it. I'm gonna probably, listen to it in my car while I go get some food. And I'll see y'all on TikTok in a little bit. Thank y'all for supporting this live. Thank y'all for hitting the like button, the goal that I created, the ones that contributed. I appreciate y'all, the engagement, all of the support. Okay. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all in a little bit. Bye, y'all.
Y'all know what time it is. The truth teller in the spot. Always bring the facts. Yeah, she make the fake stop. Stop clearing out the noise. Never let the lie rock. Nope. Say it with me loud. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Yeah. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Park, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Park, baby. Receipts on deck, she gon' air that out. Lil Park, wipe them down. If it's cap in the chat, she gon' call that out. Lil Park, wipe them down. Came with the proof, better watch it now. Lil Park, wipe them down. If it ain't fast, don't come around. Lil Park, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Lil Park, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Park, baby. She a Louisiana, my truth on blast. Lil Park, wipe them down. Receipts so strong, but the lies won't last. Lil Park, wipe them down. When she step in the spot, all eyes on her. Lil Park, wipe them down. Expose real quick, make the face to turn. Lil Park, baby. Who got the truth? Lil Park. Who bring the proof? Lil Park. Hands to the left, hands to the right, wipe them down. Club lit up all night, wipe them down. Who got me? She OB. Lil Park, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Lil Park, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Park, baby. Truth don't mean you gon' stand on that. Lil Park, wipe them down. Blocking the trolls, never looking back. Lil Park, wipe them down. Whole crowd move when the name get loud. Lil Park, wipe them down. She the voice of the people and she shut them down. Lil Park, baby. Truth too strong, wipe them down. Pop, pop. Crowds sing along, wipe them down. Pop, pop. From the booth, she a beast, wipe them down. Pop, pop. It's Lil Park, baby. Shut it down.